Huh?
It's actually a customer sent me the photo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hi, we're live anyway.
All right.
We are live.
Stumbling our way through it. Hey, before I forget, I did officially confirm a return of JMD Mateus, March 13th.
Yeah, he mentioned it in the chat. Yeah. So I'm busy putting comments away at the moment, so you guys can. I'm also at home, not at Lisa's, so I'm not too sure how well my internet will go. No, it's like it always kicks me out, and it takes forever to do anything. So I don't know if you can hear me and whatever.
Well, you sound good and look fine.
At the moment, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Right. Maybe it's going to behave itself today. Be a first time for anything.
Are we expecting? Mark?
Hey, Las Cruces.
Is James here?
Know, to be honest.
Hey, James, how are you, buddy?
He's not said anything in chat, has he?
No.
He did say he was going to be on more frequently in the new year, so I don't know. Maybe he'll come on later, but maybe he's busy today with something and just doesn't let us know. I've got loads of comics at home. I've got a bunch from that no good Darren from Splat Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out for him.
That fiend. And I got another lot from a Facebook seller. So I've got loads, but they're all at home, so I can't show them today, but I'll show them next week.
I'm feeling old and rattled, James. Old and rattled. So, figured you'd appreciate my name this week, Graham.
No, because if you show any comic books, it's going to get in the way again. I shortened your name last week.
All right, I think we can unmute Bill.
Hold on.
Bill, you're in an echo chamber in that building.
No, it's not that. It's not. Well, I am in an echo chamber.
Yeah,
but I have to turn the. So let me do that real fast.
So, anything exciting happened to anyone this week?
Lots of babysitting and dog sitting. Great time.
Yeah. You've been doing lots of jigsaws, haven't you, mate? I've seen you post a few jigsaw pictures up.
Yeah, I got to wait on the other two. When the grandson comes
Darren!
Back, the other two.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, buddy boy. How are you?
Oh, good. Thanks. You?
You know, things are good. I'm trying to take care of things here at the store today. I'm trying to help Phil get some things going. It's been kind of a long morning, and I goofed up this morning because I thought I had a doctor's appointment online, and it's not till tomorrow. So my doctor is the one who just called me, and he got a kick out of it because I told him that I came down here early today to do everything, and then I realized today's the 10th, not the 11th. And he said, that happens more often with my patients than you might think. So at least I'm, in more, not so much a minority as a dumbass.
Especially the borderline senile ones, yeah?
Hey, yes, you're right, sir. Smart ass. No, well,
I had to go to get a blood pressure. I've got a 24-hour blood pressure monitor buzzing away.
Oh my gosh.
Just to check the blood pressure, that's all.
Blanca just found out recently she was diabetic, so she's having to monitor things a lot more carefully.
I'm going to have a heart monitor tomorrow.
Oh,
ECG,
boy.
It's called. Only because I've got this hypercholesterol thing. It's like a genetic thing where my bad cholesterol is really high and my good cholesterol is really low. And like my sister's got it, my big brother's got it. And my brother's had a blinking dodgy rhythm on his ticker for ages. And my sister, who's younger than me this year, had to have a quadruple heart bypass. So I'm like, maybe you want to have a look at my ticker at some point, because we've already seen my family. So tomorrow they're gonna have a little, they're gonna do a little thing, and hopefully there's nothing wrong. Hopefully,
we're kind of all in the same age range. You're a little younger than me, but we're all in that range where we need to be careful about that. So.
We're all in the range of when shit goes down, basically, aren't we?
Exactly. Sadly, but truly. Yeah.
We can do nothing but fill the empty void of our lives with comic books.
and doctor visits. You know, that's the bane of
I
our
actually
existence now.
have a comic book to show today, so let me go grab this comic book.
I actually take my comics with me to the doctor so I can read them in the waiting room.
That's a good
I
idea.
read some Lois Lane and some Jimmy Olsen whilst in the waiting room today.
Whoa!
Let me show you what I read.
Well, at least you weren't bored.
The rather crazy
do people
Jimmy Olsen story.
Do people sit there looking at you weirdly, going, "What's that guy doing reading a
I
comic
hope
book?"
my dream is some old lady will one day say, "Oh, you like comic books? My ex-husband liked comic books. I've got 3 boxes I'd like to give you." That's my dream.
Have you ever heard of Fantastic Four #1? No, I'm kidding.
If I see an old lady or an old bloke sitting, I'll make sure I turn the comics they can see it in case they want to have a conversation, and then leave me all their comics. You know,
Darren, they're more likely to look at him weird because he's reading a comic book with Don Rickles in it. That Jimmy Olsen book he had.
that was a daft story. That one.
It was crazy, but apparently Don Rickles and the King became friends.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I've always wanted to be in a comic," and he put him in a comic book. And it was even weirder than all. Well, the thing is that they told Jack Kirby, keep it weird. You've seen what we've done in past issues. Well, he kept it really weird. He came up with the whole thing where he brought back the Newsboy Legion as clones, all that crazy stuff. Yeah. And I loved it. I loved it. But it was very in keeping with the old Jimmy Olsen. It was just in the style of Jack Kirby.
Oh, hey, we got some G-butt time.
What?
Look at that curvaceous butt sticking out there. It's almost like he's doing a twerk.
It's got to be worth some tips.
On the subject of things you don't, on the subject of things you don't see much every day. Now,
let's be glad I got my trousers on.
Those world's finest you showed. There's a potential that one was trimmed at the top to cover damage, but it could have potentially just been an optical illusion. It could be just a bad cut on it. You know, they consider a miscut anything that affects the story anyway. And miscuts are supposed to be destroyed at the printers so they don't even get out.
Do you know about that 135 thing?
Things like this get out.
Yeah.
See if you can make me bigger here. I don't know if you can see how bad that miscut is.
I don't want to mess around.
The sides.
Pretty low.
That's how bad the miscut is.
I don't want to mess around with the sizes because it takes forever when I'm handy. It takes forever. Then there's no point. So everyone's have to stay on this size today, I think, unless they're showing a long one.
The inside's cut at an angle too, so it doesn't affect anything in it.
Yeah.
But
weird, this is still supposed to be destroyed. It's considered an error comic, but it's from 1951. So, and now that the kids are gone, the kids finally all left last night. I'm gonna go up there tonight and tomorrow and go through my older books, fish me out of 1947, see if I got one that's from the month you want, G, and if I got a September 47 or whatever. Was it September 47?
July,
yeah. If I find one, it's coming your way. So I already know I don't have a 1938 of the month you want, but
no.
But I don't care what it is. If I got it, it's yours.
Cool.
So,
yeah,
I do care. I'd say if it's one of my marbles, but I already know my marbles are 1948 and 49.
So I'm not sure if I know the exact number. It might be 135, but do you know about that? The big thing about World's Finest 135 now, or whatever.
Oh, it's 153.
153.
Yeah, I think
It's the slap.
I know.
Yeah,
It's slap.
Yeah. Let me go see if we have that. I don't know if we do or not. I thought it was an earlier copy than that. But the slap has become the biggest Batman meme of all time.
Yeah.
So that makes it. Isn't that funny? The era we're living in, that one panel makes it like one of the most sought after comics right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a horror story because the reason I brought it up to you guys, right, is I saw on Facebook someone had put a post of that single page from that book in a CGC slab, and the guy was saying this has sold for $500. Now the book in near mint condition doesn't sell for $500.
That's stupid.
So people were saying, so what should we do? Buy the comic, cut it up, send the page into CGC and start selling them on eBay.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's horrible.
I'll just get myself a copy before they will get snapped up and sold.
Well, certainly if you've got a low grade one, I mean, it economically, it makes sense.
Well, Darren, now from those boxes you got of those tattered books, you could probably pull out special pages and grade them.
What you know what you're right, actually. I mean, it's not something I've ever thought of. And I tell you what, there were a lot.
155 is the closest we have.
Yeah.
Sadly, yeah.
And the weird thing about that one that would look like a shortcut, a bit of a chop off, and actually sold it to a customer, and the customer sent that photo back to me and said, "This one's chopped off. I want a refund." I said, "Yeah, no problem. Just send it back." So I'm hoping to get it back. But the look, it can happen to anyone at any time, I guess, because it's maybe not something I look for routinely when I'm grading.
You can't look at every single panel, can you? Well, actually,
the easiest thing about that is you take a book from the same timeline and you just take them out and lay them on top of each other. If there's a visible difference, if it's negligible, it's no big deal. It just cuts because DC
the trim now. Are you talking about the panel? I thought you said the panel. Was
this is the chopping off at the top, Gray.
Yeah, they cut the panels. Those bullets. It's hard to find those bullets intact, or the price will be cut off. It just depends on how it come off on the press.
Yeah.
But if you lay it directly on top of it, if you see even a centimeter difference, it's been trimmed. Somebody took it with a blade and trimmed it because it was probably in tatters, and that made it a higher grade and made it better looking.
Yeah.
Or it could be superficial innocence. The guy had access to it and didn't like the way it looked, trimmed it down. Who cares? It's just sitting in my collection, so what?
Although I found a couple of forums on CGC's website and other forums, and there was a couple of things said about this kind of thing. The first thing they said was, whenever trimming occurs, it's usually not the whole book, it's just the cover. Often because the Marvel comics used to overhang, the cover used to slightly overhang, so they would trim them. So often it's just the front cover. It's rarely the whole book. And if it is ever the whole book, usually you can see it because the pages kind of slide a little bit and it might be noticeable. And then what was the final thing that they said was that while comics are of a standard size, there is some variation. And if the one before had been over and the one we were looking at was under, maybe it could be up to 1/8 of an inch different. And that could still be genuine, just printing manufacturing differences.
Yeah. And again, it's really obvious if it's like that, because too much of the bottom cover, you'll see the color gradient scale, which you're never supposed to see on there, but it's always on the bottom page. And I always love finding those defects because they're supposed to be destroyed at the printer. And if they get out in the wild, they are grails. They're harder than hell to find. They're error books that aren't supposed to go out. It's like that Stan Lee signed Amazing Spider-Man books. They say this is the first 1,000 off the press. And I'm like, well, bullshit, because the first 200 off the press were destroyed because they're like, well, we got to cut it like this. We got to do it like that. The color is not right, So I love seeing, the first ones off the press. Well, no, there's trial and error on the first ones. I want the first ones off the press because they're the shittiest. They're off color. They're cut funny. Something's wrong about them. They haven't done the editorial corrections.
Sometimes the printing's the best on those too. It's hard to know.
Once they get it right, then they go nuts. Then they're the highest gloss, best looking ones. And all those Stan Lee Spider-Man treasuries, those are all perfect. Those are all gorgeous. They're high gloss. But I want the defect stuff, which goes into a pulp pile. It's just immediately destroyed. But that's what makes them rare, is like that Joe Palooka there. I love having that because that was never supposed to see the light of day because it's a defect and they're not supposed to sell it.
I have one of those Fantastic Four issues where they left one of the color screens off of it by accident, so everything looks and
the green issue of 90 or whatever.
Yeah. A little early in that, I think, but around then. Oh my God, it's a gorgeous issue. I bought it for $10, and then I realized what it was, and it's worth probably 10 times that because
it's worth hundreds now. Because there were only hundreds of them printed before they realized, oh crap, we forgot this.
Right.
And those aren't supposed to see the light of day, but they're we printed them.
Those are my favorite.
Lois Lanes.
I love those prints.
What do we prefer? Do we prefer leopard leotard Lois Lane or spacesuit Lois Lane?
Leopard leotard.
Leopard.
Yeah.
Leopard.
With Superman bondage.
Yeah.
We like the Superman bondage.
Well, I don't. I'd rather have Lois bondage, but that's
there you go.
Me. That's just me.
So, and then Darren, you weren't familiar with Dave Stevens. I get my buddy Harry on from Seattle. The guy used to hang out with Dave Stevens. So if you weren't familiar with Dave Stevens' art, when you see this stuff, I mean, I don't know how many Dave Stevens autographed comics he has, but I can promise you it's probably over 100 different books.
There's so much in the comic world there's so much in the comic world I know nothing about because I used to collect in the sort of, I don't know, around about 1982 to about, 1990, and that's my area that I know something about. Mostly Marvel, but other than that,
I'm by far an expert myself.
This group of guys will just up your game all day long. Just this continue. If we get Nevs back on here again, Nevs knows so much about so much, it's disturbing. But he's feeling better. He'll come back on. Bill's a legitimate comic book historian. There's some great Dave Stevens.
No, believe it or not. How can I show you this? Where's the...
I need that so bad, it's not even funny.
Okay, you'll want it even more now. Look at the signature.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Neil Adams. Neil Adams did this cover.
Yeah.
Neil Adams. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
And that's like $100. That's like $100 in the condition it's in, sealed and everything. And I love sealed stuff.
And
hey,
so
Biggie Shack
has the cassette with it. But look at those great 3D glasses that come with it.
The Rocketeer glasses.
Darren, do you dig this? It's cool, right?
It's very cool, yeah.
It's very cool. And then so it has this whole setup. This was released when the movie was released, but I never even knew that Neil Adams did did any cover drawing at all.
And I'm pretty sure he did the centerfold of that too. I'm pretty sure that's not just the centerfold image. I'm pretty sure he did the centerfold too.
Well, I'm not going to open it to find that out. So
well, keep it closed. I mean, there's a lot of those out there, but that's at least $100 worth. I always wanted that for my sealed collection.
I'm going to have to buy this from Phil.
Yeah, it's not that great, but it's just cool.
Yeah,
cool factor is just through the roof.
Very cool. It's very cool. But I just wanted to show it off. But I was shocked. It does, if you look at the details, it does look very Neil Adams like. But you're used to seeing the Dave Stevens version, which isn't really too many ticks off from this.
Well, the way to tell the difference in those two would have been a face. If you would have seen a face, you could tell the difference in
No, you know how you can tell the difference? It's because of the metallicness of the Neil always got that right.
And the
I don't know how he did, and the flames coming out of the back. No, it's a perfect piece. I have to.
But yeah, those are two of the greatest comic artists that ever lived.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. That's his second appearance. By the way,
I was gonna say that's issue number 1, right? That's his second appearance. There's value to that book right there.
There's a lot of value to that book.
There is value to that book. Issue 2 is his third appearance. Yeah, that's issue 2 right there. So,
yeah, so you've got 2 and 3 appearance wise.
Yeah.
And missing. Oh, bring it back for a second, Darren.
Are you sure these are not reprints?
No,
they're not.
That's the real
Nobody
deal.
reprinted
Pull it up a little
Pacific.
bit, Darren, to see the bottom. Missing Man is Ditko. So you have Ditko and Stevens in the same book. They're both first time stories. They have no reprint.
Oh, I get it. It's Pacific.
What's in that circle? What's in that circle on the top right?
Number 2.
Issue 2. Okay. I thought that said Pence or something.
I knew I did too.
I was like, wait, is there something different there? Yeah. Just Pacific Comics is so grossly underrated. Just grossly.
Oh, is that a Steranko cover?
No.
That's not Steranko?
No. That's God. It's
it sure looks like it.
But Pacific was on their way to becoming the new EC.
God bless you.
Thank you. But they put out they just had the cream of the crop artists and writers and stories.
Wow.
But they went bankrupt. They almost immediately went bankrupt. They tried
They were around for almost 4 years.
Yeah, but they tried to up the model and pay the artists more and pay the writers more, and they couldn't keep up with it. But what? Oh my God!
Let me read that. Hold on.
They're
Bruce Jones,
Bruce
Epic. I don't know Epic.
I'm pretty sure that was Bruce.
I don't
Jones
know those other artists.
I think that's the cover relates to that story. There's 3 stories inside.
Oh, okay.
But I have never seen a bad issue of Pacific Comics. They did some reprints, but I've never seen a bad issue. They're not all great.
Even their reprints was reprinting really, really good stuff.
Really high quality, but
very high quality.
But yeah, I mean, they're just beautiful. I think they're grossly underappreciated. Eclipse almost caught up with them, and then they kind of folded out too. But Pacific Comics,
Eclipse totally. My own opinion, Eclipse totally caught up with them. Eclipse. They treated Ernie Colon very badly.
Yeah.
The 50th issue of Airboy took a long time because they had Ernie drawing it. Well, they called Ernie out and they said in the trades. They said the reason you've had to wait 6 months for this comic is because Ernie Colon won't get off his ass. And it's like doing that to someone is like, it's like stabbing them in the back. It's no one's, it's, you know what? It's your fault for not giving him more of impetus to get that stuff out on time.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think Kat Aaronwood, that's one of the biggest mistakes she ever made. Oh, now that's beautiful.
I need that from a long time ago. I don't have. I have so many Mr.
Kyle Pyle.
I don't need to add to it.
Oh, come on!
I got his first, second, and third appearances. It's just neat, but I don't need.
Damn it, man!
I need to subtract, not add.
Special according to the cover.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to subtract, not add. If I'm gonna add, it's gonna be unique.
You know, that was an interest. Oh wow, Tor and Eclipse. That's interesting because I thought Tor was a DC brand.
Guess who was a shading artist on the first 3D comic? And what was the first 3D comic?
It was Captain Tootsie.
Betty Boop.
Nope.
Yeah,
bigger character.
Superman.
Andy Kaufman used to sing his theme song.
Oh, Mighty Mouse. Yeah,
Mighty
I knew
Mouse.
that from way back.
Mighty Mouse was the first 3D comic, and Joe
Alfago, I would guess. Then maybe
Joe Kubert did the.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
The in between
Axel
movement.
Press Button. I love that character.
It's just so good.
How did I happen to have all these Eclipse arts sitting right here?
If I was 20 years younger, I just want to. Yeah, they're
That's
just
Ralph.
so good.
Ralph Reese's.
Yeah, Ralph Reese. They're just so good. If I was 10 years younger, I'd want every Eclipse book there was.
There just happened to be a box I got out to show tonight, and it's full of them.
Crazy. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
now, that
Graham,
was a
you can
big
blow
deal.
him up anytime you want. The first issue and the 15th issue of that are worth having. And there's money involved with them. The first one's so, but that is so good. I have the second issue of that where part of it's cut out, but that is just so good.
Is that covered by Terry Beatty?
It's Marshall Rogers
Yeah,
and
good
then
idea, Gray.
Well, no, we can't be shifting it backwards and forwards because my bloody
No
thing
problem.
goes so slow.
Well, if I do a massive stint and then the guys can take over at the end, then
we can get him big. As long as we're on the side and we're
Right,
talking,
dude.
just keep Darren big showing off comics.
Yeah, we don't care.
It's just taking
Where
forever.
is
It
he?
takes. Oh, yeah,
They're
it is.
just so good.
Now those are all reprints.
And those are all old Air Boys, but they're
Oh,
the color on
look,
them.
Kyle, look.
Yeah, the color on them just pops.
Issues. Wow,
There's another somewhat big one.
that's a very early one.
full set. All of these full
God.
sets. I'm just showing the front.
That's what I'm saying. If it was 10, 15 years ago, I'd just beg for all those. But I'm never.
Eclipse pile.
Whoa,
That's somebody, you got those up to somebody who has taste in comics.
Well, you know who it came off. Same
Well,
collection.
yeah.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
Eclipse
that-
also? Wow,
that Scorpio
man.
Rose, is probably some of the best Marshall Rogers out there. And that's pretty hard to say because his run on Doctor Strange, I think, is right up there with Brunner.
Well, and his work on Batman was off the hook. And some
Okay,
of the best...
tell your gorilla story.
Dun, 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 dun.
I was going to ask Mark to repeat the line. What's the line about the gorillas?
That they always sold more than any other DC comics. Ah!
Superheroes battle super gorillas.
I've got that one.
That's a nice high grade one. Well, not really high, but in the same bag.
Hi. Oh, War Against the Giants.
I need some of these DC specials. I'm still trying to get my DC special run together, but those two I've got.
Right, so I got some old stuff to see if I can give Kyle a heart attack. Shall we do some old stuff?
Let's go.
Well, it just, like I said, I'm trying to subtract, not add. So.
Not Gray, but Kyle. Heart attack. Heart attack. Not Gray. Heart attack. Just Kyle. Heart attack. As I have a heart attack then.
It's hard to joke on those things now, isn't it?
That is so cool.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That is just cool.
Wait. Who's the artist on that?
It looks like Alfago, but it's too early to be
It's
Alfago.
way too early to be Alfago.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like.
You know, it looks like the guy who did Buster Brown. Doesn't it?
That is just so cool.
Doesn't it look like Buster Brown art? Does
Pretty much.
Probably is. Look at that.
Yeah. If I was trying to add instead of subtract, I'd want that one too. There's Chum Nettie. And it just kills me because you're probably going to get 5 or 10 pounds out of that thing. And to me, it's a $100 book, if not $1,000 book.
Right.
And people just don't appreciate that.
5 or 10 pounds, that wouldn't even buy one page.
Damn it.
There's just not the love for it. That is just the Grey Friars.
Of course,
Grey Friars.
Flyer wouldn't have anything to do with the comic book, but what the hell? Oh, Grey Friars. It's even great.
That is so cool. Wait, that says 1921?
Holy cats.
But that doesn't make any sense because it says 1932 on the front.
1932, yeah.
Oh, time travel.
Time travel indeed. This is definitive proof that Doctor Who exists.
Yes. I want more Doctor Who episodes, damn it, by the way.
I want that. 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 I want that.
Kyle Pyle.
But you said that you've got to downsize, not upsize.
Okay,
but I want that.
That's like,
if that's the Puck book?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I understand Kyle wanting that.
Is that Puck the character or Puck the book?
Fuck the book.
Yeah, I
Go
want
fuck
that.
yourself, Kyle.
You don't want it, or you do want it.
Even though Puck had been out 50 years by then, but I've got stuff from Puck that goes back into the 1880s. But
Is that
Is
after
that
the
going in-
Shakespeare character? I'm guessing.
Is that your pile then?
Well, Puck, of course, they were talking about Puck from
Midsummer's
Night.
Night Dream, isn't it?
Or
yeah,
Midsummer's Night Dream, not 12th Night. I'm sorry.
play
I
box.
don't know. I'm not
That is just so cool.
I'm pretty sure that is the guy who did the Buster Brown art, dude.
Looks like a knockoff of the Brownies too. Are you? You're not talking RF Outcall, are you?
That sure looks like Wait, did Outcall
But-
do the early Buster Brown?
Alcott created him in 1896.
Okay, that's right. That's right. And he also created Yellow Kid, right?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, I knew his grandkids. His grandkids went to high school with me.
What
Or
a phenomenal-
great grandkids, not his
What a
grandkids,
phenomenal
great-grandkids.
creative force.
So his great grandkids, Gary and Susie Alcott.
I think I was 50 before I realized Yellow Kid wasn't Chinese. Jolly Jack Samuel, 1935. Wow. Oh, and Jolly Jack is where they got the Cracker Jack sailor from. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's the same freaking sailor boy from Cracker Jacks.
It was pretty funny when I went to this small
Oh,
town
look at
Indiana
that.
high
That's
school.
so influenced by Windsor McKay. It's not even funny. I mean, it's not his. Yeah. Oh, holy moly.
Yeah,
Look
when I went
at that stuff.
When I went to the podunk school that I did, when I first met the kid who ended up being a valedictorian of our class, his name was Gary Alcott, and he was telling me about himself, and he says, yeah, my great-grandpa was a famous artist. He created
Holy
Buster
crap.
Brown.
Yeah, I'll say he was, but that's an understatement.
This looks
Tip
old.
Top. Holy moly. That became Tip Top Comics over in the US.
There's no year on it. It
No,
feels the art has got a different gloss on it. It's got
I
the
would
thing on
guess
the
that's
spine.
early 30s, right?
It does fit. It feels older.
Early 30s or 20s, but you're going to find
we
a
have an inscription.
copyright date on it.
Where's the inscription gone? Here we are. 37, Christmas 37.
Yeah.
Unless it was the time traveler again.
Could be the time traveler. You never know.
That is just so cool.
Oh, that must be a color plate. Hold on, let's have a look.
What?
Check this.
Yeah,
Look.
their color plates were big back then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, so that's cut out and stuck on?
No, that's just this is a glossy page because it's got color on it.
They used to cut out and stick on back then.
And
too.
somewhere on the opposite side of that book is the other page of that, and it's got some more on it. So they may have like 6 or 8 of those in there. That is just so cool.
There's
And
a program
nobody
for you.
appreciates it. I'm still trying to teach people appreciation. Tried to get my grandnephew on the show today, but he's doing college stuff today, but I'll get him back on. I'm trying to get him to appreciate this stuff as much as I do.
Ah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Why? Whoa, look at the date.
Oh my God. Yeah, just switch that for that Puck. Don't waste the shipping on that Puck, but put that one there.
1901.
That
is
that is in my wheelhouse
Whoa,
right there.
wow. Oh, wow. This is
Victorian
It's only
Beauty.
123 years old. Oh, holy moly.
Oh,
Victorian
no,
Beauty.
look. That's the
That's rice paper. That's a
Don't worry.
dead giveaway.
Yeah, now you tell him, Kyle. Thanks, dude.
The rice paper, the rice paper over them covers is so the
rice
color
paper. I can
wouldn't
eat it,
leave.
right?
Yeah, yes, you can.
It was
Although
loose
it's so
already.
old, it might kill you.
But if you see rice paper in a book and you don't see a date, it dates it from like 1895 to 1912.
Put the rice
Well,
paper back
it's
all
to
the time.
1901, so
Donkeys.
that fits perfectly within there.
So
The donkey's
it's just-
hungry.
that was a practice before and after minimally, but they did it excessively in that
Look at the
timeline.
text.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
wow, look at this.
swap that one for my puck because that's in my wheelhouse perfectly.
Look at the artwork.
Guys,
Holy crap!
guys, I'm gonna leave you to it for a bit because I'm gonna go and have my dinner now and I'm gonna watch Blue Beetle with my housemate. So I'll leave you guys and I'll come and visit you after the film and switch off the stream.
Okay,
If Mark
See you
shows
later.
up and we start hollering for you, hopefully you'll hear us.
I'll take
Thanks,
it
brother.
with me. So I'll keep watching, but maybe listening on low volume. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy the Blue Beetle, but yeah, definitely swap that puck out for that beautiful. If you want to,
Swap
if you don't
out
want
the
to,
puck. Swap out the puck.
yeah. If you don't want to let go of that Chantilly, I don't blame you. But I
Dude,
love
if
it.
you want it, it's yours. I'll part with the book if you part with some dollars.
Yep. Well, I'm going to have to part with a lot of
And
dollars.
again,
I've
it
got a lot of
boggles my
stuff to do
mind
right
that
now.
you couldn't get. That's around the same timeline too. I mean, it's got the cover images on it, so I'd say that's post 1913, but not.
Can
by
you
much.
see the gold? Yeah, you can.
Oh
look.
yes,
Yeah.
of course we can.
That was common practice.
Gorgeous.
My guess on the year on that is 1913.
Oh, I'm gonna be eating rice paper again tonight.
My guess is still 1913.
Well, that other one had a big old date on the cover. This one, I don't know where we're going to find a date.
There'll be an indicia page on that.
Oh,
But
well,
my
there
guess
but
is
there's not a lot.
1913.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Yeah. Contents.
1912. I missed it by a year. But the gilding and all that gave it away. The gilding and all that gave the timeline away. So,
Look at that.
yeah, and it's a shame. You would think all that gilding and the gold edges and stuff would make it more costly. That was just common practice back then. That's just cheap flake glue on there, but that is so beautiful. I don't want to weigh my package down too much, or I'd beg for that one too, or beg for that other chatterbox. But that 1901 is just the Victorian right in my wheelhouse.
1936.
Holy moly!
Did you see that last chatterbox, Bill?
No, I did. I saw a little bit of it.
Well, I guess 1913, but it was 1912.
Oh, you bastard! You were off by 12 months.
Oh my God! This is typically racist of the time.
No, it wasn't racist at the time. It's racist now.
Yeah, it is racist now. I mean, it was back then. It was just a name, and that really was all it kind of meant. It didn't have the same meaning
until the late 70s. All of that was fair game for some reason because people were stupid. Ooh, look at that, Kyle!
Jesus.
Hell, man, he's bringing up some shit that's just
I want all those. And again, I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. Those should be so much more valuable than what they are.
Oh, yeah.
You almost can't give those away.
I know.
They wind up in secondhand bookstores for $5, $10, $15. And that boggles my mind. And what kills me even more is these are basically kids' books. So they'd normally be in tatters anyway, so there's few of them left. Those were really taken care of, even though you can see all the foxing and shadowing because of the coal fires and the propped above. That's just gorgeous. What a Christmas Carol.
advert on the back. That's very Kellogg's.
Enos fruit salt. Enos's fruit salt. Enos fruit salt. That's just so cool. I could just fill my shelves up with these. If we were neighbors, I'd take all these off your hands and just fill my bookshelves up.
You're going to have to move to the UK, or I'm going to have to move to the US then.
I've already told my wife I only want one more small 3-tiered bookshelf to move all my sports stuff onto. And I told her no more bookshelves. I'm going to try and wean down. I keep trying to give away books to everybody that comes by. I want to give away a book every time somebody visits.
Right, where's Bill? Bill!
Here I come.
Come on, Bill. You're going to miss the big event. You're going to miss the heart attack. Right,
Okay.
This is heart attack attempt number 1 on Kyle. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Heart
Let's go
attack.
sick
Heart
her up.
attack.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so beautiful.
What year is that?
Probably 1902, 1903.
I think it's earlier than 1900s.
No.
My
I think it's
guess is 1890 space 1899.
My guess is 1905.
Okay. 1899, 1905.
But those years wouldn't be heart attack territory now, would they? Are you ready?
Yep. What year?
Could be 1878, 1876. There you go.
So I win. Yay!
Bill wins.
Win.
Now, you know that needs to go on my pile.
Pile. You're going to get
And it
rich off
serves
of
no
this,
purpose. It
little
serves no
telecast,
purpose.
Darren.
But that is a comic book precursor where it's pictofiction. You know, they'd have pictures and images, and that's around Brownie's time. But
Yeah, but this
What
stuff
a
is
beauty.
comics
This
bred
sports
from
traditional.
those woodcuts. A lot of those are woodcuts, and the intricate detail in that of a woodcut printing that
Right,
then
let me
just
go
got
from a-
thrown away. They'd print it a few hundred times and then just throw it away and print off the copies.
That's so messed up.
Now you're a long way from giving me a heart attack, though. I meant to grab my 1769 book I was talking about too. I'll go up and get it if you want to see it, Darren. The one where it's stamped from the French royal crest, where it belonged to King Richard the 15th or whatever.
Now, here's something interesting. This is Capital Comics, but it's from the 80s. But the store display, it almost looks like it's from the 30s or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Very strange. Yeah.
So, you know, we were looking. I was hoping Mark would be on because do you remember these?
Yes.
I want those, and I just don't want those, but I want those.
I
don't
want
like
those too.
Westerns, but I want those.
I know Mark is probably going to get them, but I do
But
like them.
I don't collect Westerns, or I'd be all about it.
I do.
Those were the-
I want one of them. I want one of them.
Found another one.
Oh my gosh.
I'd
I
say
want
just
one
don't
of
break
those.
them up. And that's somebody's personal collection. It's got all the covers in it. They're all Atlas books. And they're all in fine shape inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell from this is the edge.
Yeah.
It's certainly not horrific.
Yeah, just a lot of dust. That's all that is. Just a lot of dust. That's all that is. So, but if I collected Westerns, I want those covers. I want them.
Man, I want those so bad. I want at least one volume of those. But I
So I
always
brought those to show Mark, and he's not here.
I know, and I sent him a message again, and you had too.
It's okay. If he can't make it, he can't make it. So I'll put them there.
Well, I know he's got at least another week at work.
Oh, he
Like,
does?
by next
I
week
was
he's
done with
all
that.
done. I think today might be it. Today, tomorrow, whatever. But he goes back full time on Whatnot. No, you do not. No, that's a reprint. Get out of here.
It's not a reprint.
Get out of here.
It's not a reprint.
All right, I want to see that out of the plastic and
Not a
everything.
reprint.
Definitely
Maybe.
a reprint.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
reprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I screwed that one up. I screwed the pooch up.
Well, no, it didn't have another price on it. That's the killer part of
But
it.
I reckon this. Is there any chance? Is there any chance this is one of those Australian reprints?
Well, look at the back
Oh,
cover.
it says
The back-
Illinois. Oh,
is
no,
the
hold on.
back cover in blue?
No, those were all American reprints from the
Here we go. Look.
from the 80s.
Here we go.
What year does that say, Darren? I can't read.
Well, unfortunately, I can only see 1941 on it, but
Single copy, $1.50 or $1 or whatever.
$3.
Yeah,
$3.
$3. That puts it in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, that's probably 80s. No, I don't think it's 90s. I think it's
But
80s.
it was deceptive with that. It's deceptive with the price on the cover.
It totally looked like the real deal. Is that a reprint?
Yeah.
That has to. That's again. That has to reprint. That's a Revoy classic right there.
So my friend that just passed away.
What
Oh,
a tease!
I think
What
you have a real one of those, don't you, though, Darren?
No, I don't know.
No.
I've just been so many.
You could buy a house with a real one of those.
Yeah. No, not quite, but at least an add-on to your house.
Right, where are those going to go?
But then again, I mean, from where those came from, the guy wrote the book on that stuff, so he has a lot of reference material.
So a little aside on Macro Boy, my friend Roger Hill, who just passed away like less than a month ago, he was 75. He wrote the book on Macro Boy, and the one thing he found out was Macro Boy was married with kids, but was also gay. Not a lot of people knew that. He was closeted, and the family, it was actually like that dirty little secret nobody talked about. And I think someone finally kind of came clean, but and Macro Boy is pretty important because he took over from Alex Raymond on Flash Gordon. And then
that's kind of the same story as Matt Baker.
Matt Baker gay?
I thought Baker was gay too, the closeted secret.
Oh, wow.
You know, the guy did romance comics and was incredibly talented.
Well, his good girl art is.
God damn it.
You are pissing him off today. Darren.
I don't need to add to my
show
stacks,
he wants.
I want that just for reading material.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a first-hand account of World War One.
Second impression.
So second printing.
You know,
second impression, yeah.
Second impression. It's technically it's the first print, second impression, but it just means like they printed 1,000 copies and they printed 1,000 more from the same pressing, so they can't call it a second print. But it'd just be such great reading material, and it's so neat. But I don't need to clutter my bookshelves. But that'd be so neat to have.
That stuff isn't cluttering; that's enhancing.
I
don't know. I got to thank my mom again, and I got to thank Darren again because I ended up getting that. The Son of the Sea. Is that Hemingway? That's
I'm not sure.
1870s, 1880s, right there.
Now check this for an inscription.
Well, that's how people wrote back then.
Now this is awarded to the Edward Townley. I'm not sure if this isn't somehow printed or typed, because that whole thing is a sticking thing. I think a sticking panel. It is, yeah. Well,
those are rub-offs. Those are calligraphy rub-offs.
Calligraphy on the name itself.
Yeah.
On the stamp is my guess.
And that's like a beautiful story and a really cool book. But
first appearance of Aquaman.
Add to my stacks. I want it.
First appearance of Aquaman. First appearance of Aquaman.
I love it.
I kid.
But I don't need to add to the stacks. God.
This is just some fun stuff that came from the same collection, but
wow, the guy had taste. You're gonna pull up a book here in a minute that's just gonna melt my brain, and I'm gonna be like, dude, wrap that up and sell it for $1,000.
That'd be great if your brain wasn't already melted.
They're just beautiful, and again, I mean, they're just
gorgeous. No, I'm with you, buddy. I'm just heckling you, but no,
the fact they only go for like $10. As cool as they are, they only go for like $10. That blows my mind.
You're gonna love this one, I think.
Yeah, in the Rocky Mountains, A Tale of Adventure.
In the Rocky Mountains.
See, that was taken care of. That may go back to the 1850s, especially the binding, but that may even go back into the 1840s.
Dariono. That's your Italian name.
Oh, all the way up to 1887.
Holy moly.
And then 1948, but I still think that may go back to the 1840s or 50s, judging by the binding and the looseness of the. Nope, 1886. Okay.
1886.
And
was
again,
a-
just so
that
cool,
was a
but
big year
it
for
just
printed
take up
books,
space
though.
on my shelves. But it's so cool. And the intricacy of that woodcut just boggles my damn mind. Those are woodcuts that are printed. The art that went into that and then just got thrown away just blows me away.
Yeah, that makes
And
me
those are in such good shape you could almost read it as braille. The impression on the typeset.
Oh man, what's this? I don't even know. All right, here we go.
Knights of Arabia, Knights of Araby.
I don't know if
I
it's
don't
got
think that's
anything
the
to do-
first print, but it could be an extended print.
wow.
1921. Well, I've got the Arabian Nights from 1867, so yeah, just gorgeous. I would have loved to have had a conversation with this guy that went on for like 3 months straight.
What the heck is this? Oh, I don't know what Katie did next. This one's not particularly amazing.
1920s and stuff. It could be the
Well,
artist on there.
It's a sequel to If You See K.
Yeah.
Tell her
What
I love
Katie
her.
did next was she
That was a
changed her
joke.
name to.
It's a
What
joke.
Katie did next is she changed her name to Debbie and moved to Dallas.
I
mean-
you're stupid. You're stupid.
It was written a long time ago, but there's an inscription in the 50s. Oh, hold on, what's this?
If you see Kay, tell her I love her. Susan Coleridge.
No, that's
Just
more
those
modern,
are-
I think.
My bookshelves are full of stuff like that, and they're $3 to $10 books all day long, and to me, they're so much more valuable. And they won't
Bizarrely,
see
there's
that
another one.
value for 100 years.
Quite
So,
strange.
Kyle,
And
who
those all range up to about 1930. They could even be the mid 30s.
Kyle, who had a hit with If You See K?
If you see Kay, tell her I love her.
Who
Would
was-
that be Frank Zappa?
No. Canadian,
That's
Early-
like 1915 right there, isn't it?
early 80s Canadian. Who could it be?
23. Early 80s Canadian. Well, that's not Bryan Adams.
No, but you're closer than you were a minute ago with Zappa. No,
Glass Tiger.
It's a month of the year in a form of
April Wine.
Yes. April
With
wine.
Alan B. in Palestine. Those are just so beautiful. I just have shelves of these things. And I want all those. I literally want all those. And there's nothing I can do with them.
Palestine was still a country.
They just go on my shelves and collect dust, but I still want them. If those weren't a small fortune to ship over here, dude, if we were neighbors, I'd just drive over and go, all right, what do you want for these? Because I don't have the cash. Here's a stack of comics.
Well, here's the
Put 'em on my
thing.
shelf.
Here's the thing. I'm going to try to buy quite a bit from Darren and for the store and for myself. And maybe we can just tack your stuff onto there, Kyle, and then I can just send it to you domestically.
Well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I
The
mean,
biggest
that's
problem is
I want you to
Turn
get
of
some of
century.
this. And Darren, you and I can talk after the show, but yeah.
the
I mean,
biggest one
this
we're going to have is that I've looked into postage to the States. It's really expensive.
It is. But
yeah, that's why I don't want a
Yeah.
package too big, because it could be up to a couple $100, and I want to make it worth it that way.
But
with
if
the bundle.
if we get a bunch from Darren, a little bit more isn't going to matter.
And we can bundle with Mark and flip flop around that stuff.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
making
figure
me
it out.
hobble
I
upstairs.
do want to figure this out soon.
Well,
I really want to get the stuff
But-
from you, dude.
I mean, I haven't gone into too much detail with this, but we have one modern bookshelf downstairs that are mostly modern.
this.
Purple book
Look at the cover.
boys, and that's turn of the century too. That could be 1890s to like 1910.
Inscription we have. a little
Here's
bit
my
dated.
modern bookshelf downstairs. 1913, yeah. Here's my modern bookshelf downstairs. It's mostly modern, a lot of my wife's stuff. But if I didn't have shelves upon shelves of these things, that is so cool. See if I can get my foot to wake up here. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, I need to bring back if I'm going to go upstairs, I need to go grab this so my cat don't sharpen her teeth on it. Put this Joe Palooka up there. God,
that's so nice.
Cool. That is so cool. That's 1912, 1913. Hell, that could go up to the 30s. If those images are actually glued on there, that's 1930s.
Oh my gosh!
Holy shit! Look!
Wait, Plastic Man! What the hell?
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait! That's post 1940.
I want that. If Kyle doesn't want
you're gonna have a bidding war for that one.
Yeah, I want that one.
19, that's got Bill written all over it.
That's got me written all over it. Please put that in the bill pile.
Well, they use the printing styles of
we'll figure out
the early
price
for
later.
That.
But this is really amazing! Wow, look, check this, right? So we've got some kind of text story with a few pictures.
This is amazing, Kyle. Continues. This is blowing my mind. This doesn't
check
seem
the next
like
page. Check this.
It's a straight up comic.
Yeah, but that's quality stuff.
Yep.
All the comic stuff so far is quality comics. Wow, I am Eric Falcon, swashbuckler. Oh my God, I want this so bad. Oh my God. No, I hate you, Darren. I really do. You're one of my favorite people. I really don't hate you, but oh my God, this is.
Oh God, I can just see what's coming. You might have just seen it on camera as well.
Pirate Island?
No, it's coming. I can see it.
About to have an entire Plastic Man issue.
Plastic Man. Oh my gosh. Jack Cole, Plastic Man.
What is this? It's got a page number 65 on it. So what is it? A reprint of something?
They probably just cut up an original.
It is the book itself isn't a reprint, but the stories are reprinted from Quality Comics. They're all Quality Comics story. I wonder if there's a Blackhawk in there.
No,
Kyle. More Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bill pile, please.
Yeah.
Well, I'll dicker over the details. It's beautiful.
I'm in this story.
What?
Although I'm not the daughter of darkness.
Dazzler.
There you go.
Darren Dazzler. That's your name.
That's a cool book, right?
That's awesome.
Here, before you flip another one, Darren, check out how ridiculous my
Bill pile.
is.
Bill pile.
I don't even know where the bill pile's gone. I'm inundated.
There. Oh yeah, I need to hurry. The bill pile's underneath. Actually, I've got almost 2 rows.
Shelves.
Oh wow, yeah.
And
Check out that
shelves.
Kyle's bookcase.
And shelves.
Yocious.
And just shelves and shelves and shelves of
Yeah.
Oh my God.
like every year. That's all school books from like the 1800s and stuff. But even though I'm small, since I'm standing right here, and I talked about it, it's right inside this. Oh, I keep meaning to show these too. Here's some cool Neil Adams stuff you don't see every day.
Oh wow.
Well, where's Bill?
He's run off down to the till. He's on his way back.
Cool Neil Adams stuff I always meant to get signed.
What the hell?
Marshall Falk.
What?
David
Robinson?
Jason Kidd.
Oh,
Wait, go back. Was that David Robinson?
Yeah, David Robinson.
Can you
Jason
show that to me
Kidd,
again?
Jawan Howard.
I want to see the David Robinson again.
Charlie Ward. I'll get back to the Robinson. Charlie Ward. Eric Montrose. David Robinson.
You know why that's important to me, right?
Well, San Antonio, baby.
Yeah, they're the Spurs, Darren. He was our lead man on the San Antonio Spurs, the basketball team. Darren, just so you know. Can you hear me, Darren?
I see.
Yeah. So he and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I can hear.
They were called the Twin Towers until 2001 happened, and they cut that nickname. But they were both over 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Coolest book in my collection, tucked into a comic book bag.
What the hell is that? Little black book, Kyle?
Little lambskin cover.
What?
This is the Necronomicon, pocket-sized book.
Yeah.
Virgil in French and Latin. And it says
this is
from the French Royal Library. That's what that says. And that's the royal stamp.
Wow.
This was the King of France's book in 1769.
Nice.
Then that MDCC is 1769. And then just for confirmation on the year, which again, you can go to the back page on a lot of these things. It's in regular print in the back too. 1769.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this belonged to the King of France in 1769. And now it's in my library.
Awesome.
Now
And the
something
King of
else that's
Indiana.
kind of cool. Something else that most people would go nuts for and hate it and probably wonder why I've not taken this out. It was at a library in Ohio in the 1800s.
Wow.
So it just
That is
kind of
awesome.
found its way from France to Ohio to me in Indiana. Just a random piece of history. That again, the value's not terribly huge, but to me, the provenance on that thing is so stupidly cool.
Yeah, totally. Right, let's have a go. What's this?
Hey, Darren, you ever wonder what I did with my military awards? They just sit in a box. They just sit.
Send me one. I want one for posterity for you. Oh,
They
those are
just
awesome.
sit tucked away in a box.
Dude, I want one.
So
To remember you by, well, I don't have to remember you now. I have you, but you know what I mean. This is a fun day. I needed today with you guys. This is a good day. It's been kind of a crazy couple weeks. You know, I lost another uncle last week, and that was tough.
Oh, that's bad, yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Book of Comics. Let's see what's inside.
There's a stamp.
What year is that?
I'm done futzing around. What is it? Show me the cover again.
1956?
Oh my God! You said 1976?
No,
1960. 1960.
Oh, 1960.
1960.
Oh, I read 56. How?
Yeah, it's not.
My eyes examined. Wow. Well, let's see what the comics are inside.
I don't know if they call comics the same thing. I don't know.
Now I've already promised Mark.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
But here's something you don't see every day. A Pacific Comics mailing envelope.
Oh,
That's
wow.
beautiful.
Captain Victory. Yeah.
With the actual book inside.
Jack Kirby.
So I am keeping this one because it's the Pacific mailing envelope, but I also have the Star Slayer that has a second appearance of Gru in it.
Oh, I found one of
But
those.
that's going
somewhere
to
in there.
Mark.
I think I've got that in stock, you know, Star Slayer number 2.
Do you
On
really?
the shop right now.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, I wish I could take control of the stream, Paolo, when Gray's got his hands full, but they haven't figured that out yet. You know, where he could pass off control of the stream.
Keep going, buddy.
I got to tape this back in.
Huh. It's real hard with the light. The
Yeah.
Ace Book of Comics.
Oh, my gosh. Is it really comics or is it more of the...
1951 inscription. Oh,
Yeah, Paolo, I'd take over hosting this if
Wow.
I didn't dump my own channel, but I just got too many haters. God, I just love that stuff. Yeah, I didn't even show you the rest of my collection of newer books, older books.
Paolo, we did the best we can, man.
I don't know what to do with my stack of Stephen Hawking books, because if he had anything to do with Epstein, I'm going to be so sad and disappointed.
We need to get you on the big screen, Kyle, and you can show it properly.
I don't think he did he?
Well, he went to orgies and stuff, and who's to blame him? You know, that's what you got to do when you're crippled. But they were famous for...
You have to do when you're just a dude, typically. Well,
I mean, and they were well known to try and frame people where they'd set them up and they could have normal orgies. Oh my God. They'd have normal orgies and he wouldn't be doing nothing untoward.
That seems like an oxymoron, Darren. Normal orgies. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, then they'd sneak in the younger ones. They'd sneak in the younger ones and take pictures and then try and blackmail these people.
Oh, that's so
cool. Holy cow, that's pretty cool. 1940, I think.
Oh, I let my coffee get cold.
Damn it.
Time to refresh.
Refresh. Please be kind and rewind. That's a name of a bar here, by the way. Wow. And look at those colors on the prints. Oh my! Look at that.
Yeah, I'd almost be willing to bet if that's World War II era. I'd almost be willing to bet that's George Evans from EC Comics.
It looks very George Evans-esque. Evanescent. What the hell?
You just took the words right out of my mouth.
That's
an early one too. That could be just as early as the other one.
Might be earlier.
Though I guess a little bit later, but AxMinister when 1900?
1910.
1910.
Do you know they just uncovered a race of King Kongs were here on Earth like 150,000 years ago?
No way.
Yeah, elephant-sized apes. Isn't that crazy? Schoolgirl's own. Hello, girls. Hello, ladies.
Dashing.
Young ladies.
Very dashing. Again, quite text-based. Oh, what's that? Is that colour plate? Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Ooh.
It's going to be a different kind of day for me, drinking a pot of coffee while I'm on. Schoolgirl's own. Huge British comic book.
This is you two. This is what I call you two.
Oh, thanks. And my Pimp or Squeak.
Pimp and Squeak, 1936.
Damn you, Darren.
Oh, look on the back. That's cool. This is a nursery one.
The old woman in the shoe.
It's an Ovaltine. It's an Ovaltine advert.
The rumor is she had so many children she didn't know what to do, but she actually did, and she pimped them all out. It was a sex trafficking story.
As Andrew Dice
I shouldn't joke about that, folks. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
This is a mess.
As Andrew Dice Clay said, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids her uterus fell out.
Everyone. Oh, and so there were apes that size. That's the scary part.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty cool.
Oh, that's one I didn't show up there. I had a first print of Boulet's Planet of the Apes with the dust cover mostly intact.
Wow.
Huh.
That's impressive as hell.
Wonder Book of Nature. The Audubon Society.
Audubon.
I mean, other than the occasional Plastic Man popping in, I think we're going to need to go to comics sooner. We're going to bore everybody away with like my cup.
No, but that I tell you what, that cat
next.
That Plastic Man is blowing my mind.
Oh,
shit. Pastimes.
I need to know the date of that. I need to know if it has baseball in it.
Of course, it has baseball in it. Even
no,
if it's
it could. Baseball wasn't even that popular until the
I'm guaranteeing it.
I would have said that this is a UK sort of thing. Yeah, it's about Scotland and all sorts. So
But
I don't know.
Scotland had baseball, didn't they?
No,
Didn't they? Am I being stupid? Didn't Scotland have baseball?
I need to know it. I need to know a date and if it has baseball.
I thought there were some countries in the UK that actually had baseball teams in the early days. I am fairly sure about. I mean, I wouldn't stake my life on it, but I am fairly sure about it.
It's real difficult to know because the chapter names are a bit cryptic. A Kansas Corn Carnival, 207. Trapping alligators. Let's try that. 207, 207.
Is it cold there, Kyle?
No, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's hanging above freezing barely. We've had a few snows coming.
We're in the 60s right now.
I can't see a date, and I can't see any
balloon
baseball.
puts it in the 1800s.
But we started at
I'll put that
34.
I'll look at it later, see it, and tell you next week.
All right.
How cold is it there, Darren?
It's about 0 at the minute.
Oh, which means 32 degrees
Yeah.
over here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that. The Grand Hook for Boys. I'd like to get
Of course,
that.
that gets into the again. That could go from the teens to the 40s, but
1928.
yeah. Just
Last
somewhere in
one.
between.
Move on to a few comics.
Puzzles and games, and if those aren't filled in, that makes it a rarity because
They normally
oh my
were.
God.
I think
Look
this is
at
more. Oh, look! There's actually a leaf cutting inside it.
1920s. That is just so cool, and you couldn't transport that from country to country because of that.
Well, because
No,
of the leaf?
that's not. That wasn't sold with it. That'll be somebody doing
that's
that.
a bookmark. I know, but I mean, they wouldn't want that over in the States because of potential.
Well, I can throw it away.
It's like shipping fruit to another country or anything.
Yeah, but 100 years later, there's no chance of any kind of residual effect.
But that's how they used to press flowers, and also they used them as bookmarks.
There we go. That's it. That's the end of that box.
I love finding stuff like that in books, and I don't care if it stains the pages or whatever. But
yeah, I don't care either. That makes it even cooler to me.
that was just awesome for me. Probably boring as hell for a lot of people.
So Kyle, have you seen any episodes of Echo?
I'm a quarter of the way through the 4th one now.
Oh my God, how great is it? It's fantastic.
It's a little too stylized, but I get it.
Well, and did you notice what they're calling this? They're calling it Marvel Spotlight.
Yeah.
So they're hearkening back to Marvel Spotlight, which had had so many great, characters come out of it in the early 70s.
Yeah.
But I love that they're using these things as catalysts for things that are yet to come. Darren, do you have Disney Plus?
No, I have to watch it when I go to my mum and dad's. So sort of every 3 weeks I have a binge.
No, I think you'll enjoy it.
But
and I have to say, Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin. There's never going to be a better Kingpin.
Michael Clark Duncan.
No. I love Michael Clark Duncan to death, but D'Onofrio.
But as Kingpin, D'Onofrio is incredible.
Yeah.
But have you gotten through episode 3 yet?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to give spoilers, but I'll talk stylized again because I get they're trying to do the deaf thing, but the
Kyle, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the silent movie thing was a little annoying. They're really portraying the backstory of the Choctaw Indians, and I get that.
Well, they're doing a wonderful job of it.
The thing that kills me that these writers do is that 1 minute she's going toe-to-toe with a superhero that will be unnamed. And then she can handle 12 gangsters, but then gets taken down by 3 clumsy ass dipshits.
Well, that was more because it was a shock or a surprise.
Well, whatever.
And she
I
didn't
just
really
hate when they do that.
But
You
yeah,
know,
I know what
at
you're
any
saying.
point in time, she could have kicked the shit out of those people.
Yes, but
So-
she was shocked by the fact of who showed up. Whisper.
That is just so good. Whisper is just so good. Paul Gulacy cover. Those are just so good. They're just grossly underrated.
The cool thing with this box is whenever a fan, most of it's in little mini-series sets. So usually if I go into the bag, the whole set's in there.
Yeah, the first comics, first Eclipse, and they bastardize each other. Like if somebody was doing something in Eclipse or Pacific and Eclipse folded or Pacific folded, then they'd roll it into first. And then like Howie doing how many different companies
Oh, there
has
you
American
go. There
flag
you go.
on?
First comics. Look,
Yeah.
Kyle. First.
Huh?
First.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many first, like with American flag at First Comics? How
Enough
many
guys
companies?
and wild women.
How many companies has Chaikin taken his characters through? 7, 8, 9, 10 companies,
Well, it's
because
true.
like they'd roll right through these companies in the '80s
True.
and be character or be creator owned.
Story of my life.
How do you have so many New England comics? That boggles my mind. I can't get those here to save my life, and you've got a stack of them. If you come across any tick, though, I want them all.
I haven't seen any ticks, I must admit. Again, as you know, I haven't been through stuff. So
you got all those New England comics, you're going to have some ticks, and I want them all. Just whatever. If you find the tick, I want them all. Out. And I'm pretty sure that's a Simonson cover. I think I used to have that
there's a
sealed
tick.
in a poly bag with a Simonson.
Do you want this, Kyle?
Which issue number?
Number 2.
Oh, of course.
Okay, I got it. I'll put it in the Kyle pile.
I mean, I have like issue 4, 5, 6, 8.
Ray Bradbury comics.
But if you can, just any tick comics I can come across, I want them. One is huge on my list, and again, I'm not picky about printings. The first print would be great, but whatever. I've got reprints of it.
No, those are fantastic.
Special.
Oh, I like that.
A lot of Kelly Jones stuff.
Well, you know what's interesting, Darren, is he was considered a horror writer first.
And he's not really, he's strictly science fiction as far as I'm concerned. So who was the illustrated man in the movies, Kyle?
The Martian Chronicles. Who was the illustrated man in the movies? Wasn't it the guy they based the Joker off of?
No, it's the guy who played I can't think of begins with an last name begins with an S. He was in The Heat of the Night. He played the character that Carol O'Connor played in the TV series.
Rod Steiger.
Rod Steiger, yeah.
Yeah.
Rod Steiger was amazing, dude. That guy was off the hook great. Oh, look at those.
Just, why are you coming out with all this new stuff? What is this? All these new comic books.
Oh,
the
Basil.
reprints of Space Hawk. Those are
Basil.
great. Wolverton.
Basil Wolverton. He and Fletcher Hanks were two of the most different comic artists of all time.
Hey, did we see this one already? But it's another
Corbin dinosaur issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark love that because it's Corbin.
Oh, look at Jock Mahoney.
AC.
Jock Mahoney. Okay. Who is Jock Mahoney's stepdaughter?
Not a clue.
Sally Field.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, and these were fanboys trying to keep all those Golden Age stories alive and things like that.
And nobody cared in the 80s. They care more
Nobody
now.
cared enough. Yeah, there you go.
Flash
More
Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Modern.
And what, you got the whole run of that in the bag?
Yeah.
Ugh.
1 to 9 anyway.
I have to say,
it's a 9-part series.
That series run was horrible. Well, only because it paled in comparison to the originals. Look
Killing
at that.
joke.
Monty Python? What?
We really should get Brian Boland on this show.
Can we?
Probably.
Would Brian want to be associated with us? I don't, but I am, so it's too late.
Rudy Nebry,
Rudy.
Cave Girl, Savage Jungle Beauty. There's Bill Black stuff. This is mind-boggling. How many small press books that they had? Those just were not easy.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Hey, Darren, I want to ask you something.
Gray, if you're looking, I think you might want to put that on Gray's pile.
Hey, so Darren, have you seen the new Doctor Who yet? The new Doctor?
No. Do you know what? I'm a
He's
Tom Baker Doctor
fantastic.
Who, and I pretty much haven't seen any others.
He is so fantastic. You know, you would have thought it would be something other than it was, but it's just he may be one of the best doctors ever.
Really? Well, that'd be cool for the series.
Just amazing. And I don't know if you fellas saw my post yesterday, but the guy they have playing the first Doctor now, he looks just like Willie Nelson. And he does kind of look like the original Doctor. Oh, look at that.
I just love that. I love that. That would do nothing but collect dust in my stacks, but I just love that.
And that's
more Kelly Jones.
Catwoman was that great.
This box, he was probably doing some research with Kelly Jones or something. Hey, there's my friend Mike Netzer. Mike Netzer art.
Mike Nesser, also known as Mike Nasser.
Mike Nasser.
I don't know why he went by Nasser and then Netzer, but I think that's his real name.
He thought Netzer was too Jewish, and now he's roaming the streets. Now he's roaming the streets of Jerusalem doing caricature drawings for people on the streets.
Yeah, but he has a lot more going on than that still.
So just a total sweetheart.
He's a super guy. I love him, I have to say.
This box does not feel like the other boxes at all, does it?
No, this is a hodgepodge.
And more modern.
Much more modern.
Well, again, you can see that he put them together.
Hugo Stranger's come back.
He put them together for research. You can see that. You can see they're put together for.
Kyle, who was the Asian actor who played Hugo Strange in Gotham?
I never did watch Gotham. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, so you can't tell me.
Yeah.
He's a very famous Asian actor. Also gay. Was in Law and Order for a while as like a psychoanalyst. Can't think of his name though. Great actor though. Look at that. Horrible movie, great cover.
That movie had potential. They just went too camp with it.
Well, and then the next one they did even more. So
yeah.
Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy was beautiful though.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's a square bound.
She looks more like Batman there. It's kind of weird. Oh, Penguin. So you know the new Penguin TV series is about to start. No, it is. I'm not kidding.
Oh, sorry, I'm laughing at what I'm seeing in the box, not at you.
Oh.
And I'm guessing that's the 4-issue series of that. So
yeah,
which
it hasn't got all the different colors. It's just this 5-issue set of.
That's okay. That's still a good set.
You saw one of these last week, I thought, as well.
Yeah.
Sample.
Is that the first appearance of Camelot 3000?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bowling. Yeah,
That's the preview for it.
That's an important issue.
No way.
The Robin series.
Those are worth so little, and yet
Yeah, these
no,
Robins.
it's freaking crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a crapshoot. What's going to be worth something and what isn't?
this is it really? This is the fun. This was a collector's set, right?
Yeah.
Collector's set.
Yeah.
All the number one variants.
Oh my God.
Well, it's all the holograms. It's all the different holograms.
All the holograms,
That's worth
yeah.
having.
No. They all have different covers though, too, Kylie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not they all have
Kylie
different
Minogue.
colours.
But
So
yeah,
that
the
one-
value to those is just the
Is nothing.
Kal-El Fogue, like Kal-El Fogue.
But I'll tell you something now, right? The value is nothing. So here's your choice. What do you do? Do you sell them out at 10 cents, or do you put one set in the bins at $3 each? Because then you've only got to sell. You got to sell one at $3 or 30 at 10 cents. So.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
how
all the
many of
different
those do
prints.
you
It's
have?
worth having them together because it's all the different prints, including the non-hologram one. So
Yeah, how many?
I've got one of
how many
those
do you
sealed
have,
up.
Darren?
Well, actually, again, I've sold them at high prices to people who just because what I tend to find sometimes is, and it's why I do it to some extent, is I have my discount sales on to encourage people to come. Often people just go, holy cow, there's a sale on, and they just go click, 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 need, and everything's discounted, so they know they're getting a bargain versus retail price,
Right.
and often they just click away, and a lot of people don't watch the money, they just go click, click. Now, I'm not trying to rip anyone off, I never would do.
No.
But if there's something incredibly common that you could find easily, they'll still click it and buy it, which is it's great.
But isn't it great that you've tuned into your customers like that? Is that
there's some value
cover?
in that. I know
Alfego?
somebody, if he doesn't have it, he's gonna want it. That has got Metarog written all over it.
Does that say
No
Alfego?
That is an incredibly rare issue. That's one of the last Charlton books ever printed.
Hey, look at the name on it. Is that Alfego?
That should be.
Where are you looking for Alfego?
On the cover? His name
More
should
than likely
under your fingers, probably. No, I'm pretty sure that's Alfego.
The flag might have his name rolled up in it.
Yeah, but that's Alfego. That has to be.
No, that's incredibly rare. The print
Why
run
is
on
it
that's
rare?
only a couple thousand.
Is it number
Metarog-
2 that was rare?
Those last issues of Charlton.
No, all of that reprint run are rare. There's a one out there that's probably
Those
most rare.
75 centers from 84 and 85 are so rare.
And if they're modern,
Just to let you know, I've never seen that issue.
and if they're
Right.
imprinted modern comics, they're worth even more, aren't they, Kyle?
No, the modern comics are cheapy reprints.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Cheapy reprints of Charlton.
But yeah,
already
those
cheapy.
75 centers, I've got a few of them upstairs,
Hard
but
to
I've
find.
never even seen that one you just
That's
showed.
amazing.
And I know Roger's been looking for those.
You remember these? Another one.
That is so cool. And they're just promotional books.
I don't think they're promotional, are they? Oh, do you know what? I mean, well, it's a Century publication printed in Canada.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't see a
they're
price on it.
promotionals. They didn't come with covers. Those are just promotional books.
Is that really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And there's no telling when they came out. You'd have to do the full research on them.
Look,
So-
there's another one, right? Century Publications. That's got a 9D sticker on it.
Yeah, and it could go anywhere from like 1947 to 1977.
Right.
But that's what those are. Those are promotional books that and there's no high print runs on them things. But again, they'd print those like that, and you used to put them in gas stations, and then they'd put them in dentist offices and stuff like that.
No way.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
they're just considered throwaway things, which is why they're so scarce. Mike Mignola. and you've got stacks and stacks of them.
I have,
So,
yeah.
Those basically probably came from a warehouse find, and then he got his hands on a few.
Yeah, most probably, yeah.
Mom. Really good stuff, really no value.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad, isn't it? Because there is good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, but you just can't give those away. They're just good. I mean, it's a who's who on that list of names, and you can't give them away. That's one of those that just flopped, and
There's the very similar covers in those first few.
it flopped when it came out, and it never picked up, and people just hadn't figured it out. And it's going to take decades for people to figure out how cool they are. Well, there you go. That's got gray written all over it. That also appears to be Neil Adams, at least inked.
Oh, it's rough on the back. Look.
Love them Thorpe and Porter
See down
stamps.
here?
Yeah. Well, that's just got everything about that's got gray written all over it.
Yeah.
A reader copy looks good. I'd almost say you'd be better off just putting that in Gray's pile.
Gray's pile.
Yeah,
you probably would.
Commenting.
Oh dear.
Yeah, those amazing high adventures are really good. They're just real quality comics, but Marvel dipped their toe in something that nobody cared about. It's kind of like their original stories, but it's got that pulp feel to it, and it never sold. But they're really good.
Now, when they brought Firestorm back, I didn't enjoy it very much. Look at that Crimson Avenger. Wait, wasn't the Crimson Avenger the first masked character in DC Comics?
In DC, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like the third ever after the Clock and somebody else.
Phantom.
Dollman. Huh.
Phantom was first.
No, the Clock was first in 1935.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, like there's like 3 or 4 of them. He's Crimson Avenger is definitely in the first 5 masked heroes. That one of those ones that predates Superman.
I left it on
and
the
Batman
table.
and all that stuff. Mutt and Jeff Jokes by Bud Fisher. I just showed one of my Bud Fisher comics in Joe Palooka.
Bud Fisher.
First appearance of Mutt and Jeff.
No. Bud Fisher didn't do that. You're thinking Ham Fisher.
Yes, I'm thinking Ham Fisher.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Ham Fisher. Bud Fisher, I do have the first Mutt and Jeff.
Ham Fisher committed suicide because he was so mad at Al Cap. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Sad story. Al Cap was kind of a dick, though.
Well, they had a lot of that. Guys, just greed. Greed had no... Look how good that is. Look.
It's just gorgeous.
How good that is. And people just look through it.
Look at that.
Marvel tried to relaunch that stuff and nobody cared.
So my friend Roger Kime
Glossy paper.
That's awesome. My friend Roger Kime got a panel from Prince Valiant. I'll wait till he's done. That's gorgeous. Prince Valiant. That's awesome. It's Barry Windsor Smith. Panel that was this big. He bought it for $1,800 here at a garage at a estate sale. Oh my God, it's worth so much more than that.
Yeah.
From 1937.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, it's gorgeous. I need to get a picture of it to show you.
I started letting go of my original art. Now Mark has most of my original art that wasn't.
Well, I want at least one piece.
I've letting go of all my original comic art. I do have pieces. I'm letting go of more and more because.
Hey, Kyle, look, bring that back. Kyle, look, that's like a Kirby boy group there.
Yeah.
As
and there's some value. There's some value in that because they're scarce because they didn't.
Yeah, low print run.
Oh,
Western
God.
Rough Riders.
Oh, if I collected Westerns, I would be all about that.
That's all over the place. That's gorgeous.
I just keep thinking back to those kid Colts.
Yeah,
I couldn't do anything with them, and I don't
want at least
it.
one volume of those.
I want those. I want those because
I'll pay what it's worth. I will.
They have the. Yeah, that's trying to during the Frazetta craze, trying to reintroduce him. But I love those covers. I love the fact the Atlas covers are in them, but it just go to waste here. Yeah, early Adam Hughes stuff.
Oh,
that's where the few bob right there.
Here it is.
Oh, Alfago?
There's another one.
Alfago.
That's another one. That's no joke.
See if his name there. Wait, what's the name at the bottom?
That's Alfago.
It is Alfago.
Alfago right there.
Alfago.
That is incredibly rare. Those are incredibly rare.
Awesome.
Incredibly rare. Again, if it wasn't a waste of shipping, I'd say ship them here, but they're just going to end up going to Rogers, so we got to figure that out. But those are incredibly rare.
I'm going to figure out a way to get all these to us, Kyle. So
and they're a niche market. See,
1944.
I want that all day long, but it's nothing but a 40s funny animal book. That might be a wartime. Judging by the staples, I'd say that's pre-August of 45.
It's actually got 1944 a little label on the bag.
What?
Yeah. So that's a wartime book.
Yeah, it is 1944, yeah.
Yeah. And that's probably worth $25 to $50.
Are you sure?
Best. Yeah, at best. And it's a shame because, again, it's rare as hell, but it's a funny animal. And a lot of those survived. But the superhero just drowns them out. The superhero books and the scarcity of those just. Foxy Grandpa, I got some early Foxy Grandpa stuff in there. Again, if I wanted to clutter my shelves, I'd beg for that one too. But I got funny animal wartime books. And if it was timely, I'd beg for that. But
what an oxymoron that is. Funny animal wartime books.
Yeah.
Funny animal wartime.
It just by the scarcity alone, that should be worth $1,000, but it's not.
I've run out of comics to show you upstairs, unless I grab some Batmans.
Said Darren.
We got
never.
a little time, so go grab
Darren
something
never.
else.
I'm gonna wash my hands, so don't do it in the book and get some Batmans.
Right.
Okay,
whatever works. But yeah, that boggles my mind that. Just due to the scarcity, there may be only a couple hundred of those that he just showed. There may only be a couple hundred of those left, but nobody wants them.
No, well, not yet.
I mean, it's like those old Charltons, those last issues of Charltons. It's such a niche market that you just can't give them away until you find the right person. Where Roger and Roger,
no, you're right.
Roger would rather spend $1 on them than anything, but he knows their value. But still, their value isn't.
Roger who?
Metarog, the guy that's always on Cover Slingers with the mustache down in Florida.
I've never seen. I don't think he was on my.
But like he knows what they are. I know what they are. Maybe 100 other people know what they are and care.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Dale Bracey is in the house.
Hey, Dale Bracey.
Hey, Dale Bracey.
But yeah, but so few people care about that.
I'm going to mute myself for a minute to talk to Dale.
All right.
This is the Geeky Weekly. This guy's from Great Britain. This guy.
You're not muted, Bill.
I'm not? Okay.
No.
Let me try it again.
Remember, it's the other button.
I always get it wrong. That's your speaker. If it isn't that.
No.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I see it.
Yep, you're muted. Good deal. Yeah, it's a shame. I'm sorry you can't get a small fortune, which I think what you've shown so far today, Darren, I view as a small fortune. And you
Yeah,
get pittance for that because of the crowd.
yeah. And you know, what can I say? I mean, it's low grade. It's old. It's low grade. It's not a comic. It's a little bit related, along with the annuals type thing, but more in the UK.
And a lot of those,
not in the
honestly,
US.
they're not low grade for their age. They're mid grade considering their
Right.
ages.
But if we said that about an Action Comics #1, it would devalue it, you know?
Yeah.
So it has some effect. So when you're saying it's like a 10 or 20 pound book, does that incorporate the fact that it's battered and in really low grade?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because the high grade books, they are literally $1,000 books. That Funny Animal 1944 book, if you had that in very fine or better, that's a $500 to $1,000 book all day long.
Oh, I'm talking about those old books, like the 1930s.
Those old books, they're space fillers. They're $3 to $20, and the only reason somebody get $20 for them is because they're from the 1800s.
Yeah,
but there's so few collectors. It is such a small market.
I think. I mean, I would love to find the collectors. Of course, I would love to find the collectors, but I think you're more likely to sell one as a Christmas present for your granddad or something, you know?
Yeah.
Just a one-off. So you've not got repeat trade. So when it comes to selling those, I think I'll put a section on the website called Old Books and Annuals.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there for a couple of years. And if they haven't sold, or if only a sprinkling has sold within a couple of years, I'll probably integrate them to eBay. So they're on eBay, which is a much wider market of not just comic collectors. And if they don't do any good on eBay around Christmas time, I'll pull them all off the site, stick them in the boxes, and take them as job lots to auctions. And
another way you can get people's attention is like I don't know when the cutoff date is specifically. I think it's like 1914 or 1917, but like pre-1917, you can list them as Victorian age,
right?
And you'll get the people looking for that. Yeah. And then the pre-1938 put platinum age because they are relevant to that. The boys and girls own. The people looking for those are looking for platinum age and Victorian age of those books, because they're relevant to comic book history.
Yeah.
But you just wouldn't think that. It's like what Mark and I are always talking about with those bound volumes of Puck and things like that, and Punch, where they're just so scarce and they're so important to comic book history. But like he found, they're $1,000 book for the first one. And he found one for $30 or 30 pounds. Yeah. And it's a 1,000-pound book all day long. Yeah. And if you think of the historical significance and the scarcity, to me, it's $100,000 book. Because there may only be 3 in the world, not in a library.
The trick is, this is it's an antique rather than a collectible.
Yeah.
This is all about antique hunting, right? What antique dealers do, they go to people's houses and they look around all the clutter and they just see a couple of things and they'll buy them. And then they'll take those things they bought for nothing, hardly for anything, and they'll take them to the place where the market for those things are, and they'll get the best price for them.
Yeah.
And that's the same with these books.
I am so happy you turned me on to that Smash comic, because when I scrolled that guy's page, everything in a certain timeline was a certain price, $6, $7, $8.
Yeah.
Then like $3 to $5 shipping. So, basically a tenner for any given thing.
Yeah.
And it was just, okay, it's an older comic. It's a tenner. He didn't do any comparative shopping because the cheapest one I found other than that, which was in worse shape, is out there right now for $80 with shipping.
Yeah.
And I just pounced. And I even haggled the price.
I also saw a lot more expensive ones. I was delighted to find that one so cheap.
Yeah, I pounced all over that because I'm on a spending cutoff. And my mom is insistent, she's like, I'm going to give you some money. And it's like, I will not let my kids give me money in any way, shape, or form. I hate it when they spend money on gifts for me.
Yeah.
I had to not get mad at the kids for buying me socks or puzzles or things like that. Cause it's like, do not spend money on me. I want for nothing. And if you want to get me anything, get me socks. I literally don't care. If you feel the need to get me something. And my mom always wants me to find these deals, and it makes her feel better. Like it put a shit-eating grin on her face when I sent those pictures of that Jimmy Carter file copies of that, where there's not even a comparison for that is so scarce. And then that comic, and I sent that to my mom, and I still have money left over. She gave me a $30 present for Christmas, and insists I go out and spend it on comics or whatever. And it makes her feel happy when I'm like, well, I could get this book, but it's $80 if I went to go get it. So therefore your 30 became 80 immediately. And then you add these pictures that are from the White House press secretary, which are 40 years old and insanely rare. So minimum $100. So I'm looking at almost $200 that I got from that 30. So as much as I hesitate to spend it, she's like, you need to go out and do it. So I'm like, well, all right, Mom, with your money for this, I got that. Or for my birthday, she gave me a few bucks. So I said, well, here's what I got. And I got those French postcards and things like that. And I'm like, were I to actually try and buy those at retail, they're $100. Hey, sicko, how you doing, buddy? So she loves seeing the fact I'm doing that, but I hate it. I just want to, if she sends me a check, I'm like, I just want to put it up, but I get that they want to do something for me. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm turning it into this. And then when I pass it on to the kids, they can go, all right, you can have these for $50. And then they make money off of it. Put a tank of gas in your car. I don't care, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But, when I'm gone, do whatever you want with it. Don't keep it around for sentimental value with me, but I want them to be able to flip it over. That's why I'm trying to turn my comics into basically my graded giant size X-Men, To me, it's a special book. To them, you can go out there and go, all right, I want $1,500 for this right now. And it's usually $2,500. So people would just snatch that right up.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, it's like, there you go. You ain't got to fish around. Get your $1,500 and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
So,
what I want to pare my collection down to, is where it's easily liquid for them. Because my want list is just, hey, Jeremy, my want list is just, it's minuscule. But I'd love it all. I'd love to have 10 more bookshelves in my house to just fill with books like that I could just give away. The neighbors come over, and hopefully, like the kids that brought me over the coffee that I'm drinking right now and brought the dog over to see me. Hopefully one day they'll go, hey, I like this author, older books. Hey, I've got that. Pull it off my shelf and just give it to them. Just here, take it, go. Here, just take it, go.
Yeah.
Okay, look, Jeremy, who's just joined the stream, he's a big Bat fan. So shall we do some Batman?
Let's do some Batman. Speaking of Batman, are
not
you
all
genuinely
Batman.
interested in that one-off Batman that I've got, that Batman Grendel?
But this is low grade, but it's semi-key, so
yeah, that's like what, her 4th appearance or whatever.
I've got loads of first appearances: Brainiac 5, Phantom Girl, etc.
Oh yeah, that's the first Brainiac 5. That's a big one.
Number
What's RC mean?
276 reading copy. It's so battered that I call it a reading copy.
Oh, okay.
So I grade down to good, and below that, it's just reading copy.
Major question with that one right there. Major question. Hold on, don't put that one up. You got some value on that one, right?
I would have said this one might be £50 to £100 listed on the website. It's not listed right now, but I'll probably list it for 50.
Don't list it. Seriously, don't.
That's
list
gorgeous. I love
Don't
that.
list that. Put it
By
on
the
my
way.
pile or Gray. Put it on Gray's pile.
Yeah.
But charge me.
Yeah,
But
That's
charge
awesome.
me.
Huh?
Action
I
Comics.
want
Yeah,
to
It was
give
the-
that to
all these
Gray.
little Supergirls,
So,
little Superman.
Yeah. I want to give that to Gray. So just add it to my list, like write it down on my pile
Done.
to charge me, and trade. But just
We'll
give
figure
it
it
to
all
Gray.
out. I'm so
Yeah.
mixed up with all the different
I
piles that
just
we've got a lot of
want you
work
to
to
give
do.
that to Gray. I know he needs it. I know he's short on it. I'd just rather just give it to him.
These ones I just popped in because they're high
So,
grade.
But yeah, when he comes back on, I want to make sure he needs that. But
Yeah.
like I'll give you comparable value in a
No
comic
problem. No problem.
and just give it to Gray. So
That's an old one. 150.
but yeah, with your Bat fans and things, are you genuinely interested in that rare Batman Grendel advanced distributor copy?
For me, I would say no.
To sell it, I mean, because you have Bat
yeah,
fans.
to sell it. It's too niche. It's
If
too
you have,
niche.
like,
I could be
if
sitting
you
on it
have
for
the
such a long
Bat
time.
fans do you want a literal one of one Batman piece?
For me to sell, no, thank you.
Okay. Because I want to find the right. That's worth some serious money.
Yeah, people go crazy for this one.
It's the epitome of a classic cover from the 70s. But yeah, if you like you said, the fella here who Jeremy, you said Jeremy's a Bat fan.
He is a Bat fan, but he's currently buying stuff that's like in the number 400s and stuff like that, 500s.
But
So
yeah, if you know these guys, inquire around if they're interested in something like that, and I'll filter it to you. Another classic, another absolute classic. Classic cover, classic story. But yeah, if you find the
in general, I don't have my market is more, I don't know. Look, I don't know exactly what people who come to the shop are collecting, but I can tell by what they're buying.
Yeah.
But because I don't have these ultra rare, high value one off things, I just don't have them. I don't know who is and who isn't. So I don't know whether I've got any people who would be interested coming to the shop.
I buy almost every DC stuff between 87 and 2011. Well, this fits in that category. It's a one-off Batman Grendel advance copy that came out 2.5 years before it got released because of the legal complications tied up in the cross company thing. And I want to find somebody who just would salivate at landing that because it's borderline. It's a borderline $1,000 book. Borderline. But again, you put the discounts or whatever on it, where like you could make $400 or $500. If you can make like 400 or 500 pounds off of it, then I'd flip it to you for a reasonable. There you go, a 9.8 possibility.
Yeah, it's not really my thing though, Kyle. It's way too niche.
Killer Croc first. I got to find somebody who'd really appreciate that, or that if they're gonna flip it, they can flip it just because that's how I am. I want people to have it that appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna sell it, I'd rather sell it for less to somebody who'd appreciate it than sell it for more for somebody who doesn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want it to be appreciated. No matter what, I'm going to get... There's another one worth quite a bit of money. The McFarlane covers. Now, are they both... are either one a newsstand? Nope, they're both direct. Okay. But yeah, being a close to $1,000 book, if somebody turned it for a couple $100, again, a classic book that there's just too many of.
Yeah, they do sell, but not for huge money. again, a lot of these ones, I just put them in because I put my special 9.8 sticker on, which does not guarantee anything. It just means I cannot see a flaw in that book.
Yeah,
That was
and
a good
then
one.
God forbid if you need to press them, you can guarantee damn near a 9.8, 9.6 or better.
I think I mean, look, when I was grading the last 25,000 comics, I put about 50 in this box with 9.8 on. So it's a rare thing that I put a sticker on.
Yeah.
But I got some collections from really, really fussy collectors who really looked after the comics well. And so they came in batches, and this was one of the batches.
Which, again, not my cup of tea, but there's a million people that want those because...
Yeah, I mean, look,
Batman's a big one.
What I just... let me tell you why I did it, Carl. Because, near mint is all the way from 9.0 to 9.8. But there's one hell of a difference in CGC 9.8 versus a 9.0 in price.
Yeah.
A hell of a difference. So, therefore, if I'm just putting every single comic between 9.2 and 9.8 up as near mint at the same price, I think there's room to say these ones are the top, the absolute top.
Yeah.
And I normally double the price on these 9.8 ones versus a normal one, because then people can take a bit of a gamble based on my word, send it to CGC. It's not going to come back less than 9.6.
Yeah. A lot of major issues there. Punchline, the first Red Hood, multiple.
Yeah, I got multiples of many of them. These ones. I don't know if that's key or not. I don't. This is the first time I've gone through the box in a long time because
there's something important to that one too. Like it was like the first Damian Wayne or something.
First Damian Wayne as Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good
Don't
one.
you hate the fact that my brain still works like that? That's ridiculous. Didn't Gray say he needed one of those or he had one of those?
I don't know, but
he needed one of those.
He'd want it in lower grade, and I have had one but sold it. This one's a good one as well. This is again an early Harley.
Yeah. Just not my cup of tea, but I get it.
Again, another early Harley.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's some money in that box.
Again, well, there is. Yeah, it's there is some money in this box. Yeah, but I've been saving this because obviously these don't need to be on 66.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Hey, what was that last one, Darren?
Like the fourth appearance of Harley, or no,
that's the first appearance of Harley.
No,
like the fourth or fifth. That's a newer one. I thought you were talking about the one before that.
No, this one. Yeah.
Well, this one.
Okay.
No, not the gauntlet.
That's awesome.
That's a 9.8.
I thought you were talking about not the gauntlet stuff, but the one where she's not even on the cover, but it's like her fourth appearance.
To me, I think they'd go with that 9.8s. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
yeah, that Damien increased quite a bit. That's a good one. But yeah.
Hey, can you point to the bill pile real quick, Darren?
oh man.
Hey,
Can
it'll drive you guys
Finish
nuts.
it in the back.
Can you point to it? I want Dale to see. Dale's like, there's a bill pile.
I think it starts here, continues here, and it's also made up of much of this.
Jesus.
So I told Dale if there's anything he likes, I can add it to the bill pile.
And growing by the week.
It growing by the week, you son of a gun.
And he always calls me a smart ass, which I love.
You are a
Bruce
smart
Bane there. That last Batman the Cult, that 4-issue series, this will drive you guys nuts.
Oh, that's Barry Wrightson.
Bernie Wrightson.
Bernie Wrightson. But look who the inker is.
Bill Ray.
Yeah, Bill Ray, William Ray, Bill Ray.
I can only see a bill. I've covered it with a sticker.
Yeah.
But that 4-issue series I just traded to Mark, all signed by Bernie Wrightson.
That's amazing.
Mark has in his collection that 4-issue set signed by Bernie Wrightson.
So all these are 9.8.
So-
So every one of those is a 9.8.
Well, it's
I mean,
his grading, but he's very good at grading. So it's not a professional grading, but it's Darren's grading, and
Okay.
Darren's very careful. He goes by the grading on
Got it.
Overstreet. Yeah.
Got it.
well, I've probably got these comics were the 9.8s from 45,000 comics I graded. So there's only like one short box, and it's not even full.
Have
So
you
we're
ever
talking-
taken? Go ahead.
I'm listening.
I was going to say, have you ever taken one of your gradings, sent them off to one of those like one, and seen if it matches?
No,
Dude,
but
do
I'm
it.
fairly confident. But the problem is, okay, so commercially speaking, when you buy collections, you can get the unit price real cheap. So in terms of investing cash in stock, buying collections, you get cheap stock. Sending to grade at CGC is going to cost me the shipping and the grading and the membership at CGC and whatever else. All of a sudden, I'm taking a $20 book and putting $30 into it.
Yeah.
Or
It doesn't
more.
work anymore.
Got it.
It's the winner in that is CGC. So I want to sell them to people who want to send them to CGC to keep for their
Got it.
collection.
No, I was
So-
just saying for like one, just as a litmus
Just
test.
to see if I'm right. Yeah.
Yeah, just see where you are. Like, how ballpark are you? Like, I mean, I'm sure you're good. I'm just saying, like, just out of curiosity.
I
like,
would love to see that too.
Right?
But you know, they are so arbitrary. You never know what
That's
you're
true.
going to get. So yeah, but no, that would be excellent.
That'd be interesting.
Bill, do you know what this one is?
No.
Green
Isn't it
Lantern.
First Teen Titans?
First New Teen Titans. Oh, yeah,
Teen
it is.
Titans.
First New Teen Titans.
That's like a major comic.
What is
Oh
that?
my God!
Oh,
Look
shit.
at you. No, he's bought.
What's FN and V? What's the FNP VF?
So the FN is fine, and the P, it's a pence copy. Look at the top. Instead of cents, it's pence.
Oh, it's in pence. Oh, so those are the first runs then.
That one's this one on the left, the very fine one. The orange sticker is of cents price.
So the pence ones are the first press, and then the US cents come after, correct?
Yes.
Effectively, yeah, but I mean, I'm pleased you're saying that because years ago, people in the States used to say pence copies were reprints. So that's good. That
No, but he's Phil's best friend, and Phil
Yeah.
recognizes, because I've told Phil about it. Phil recognizes that the first 5% were the Pence copies, and they're the
Yeah.
best. Yeah. No.
So,
He's
yeah.
one of the few people that understands that.
So what was that blank one then?
Oh, just because I haven't put a sticker on it, you mean? Yeah, it's just because I haven't put a sticker on. That's all.
Oh, but it's
It wasn't blank. It was. It's that one there. It's still a pence. I just haven't
Oh,
labeled
okay.
it yet.
so the pence are technically more rare, right? Because they're
They
the
are
shorter.
definitely rarer. They. But in terms of what came first or second out of pence and cents, they were all in the same print run. All they did was change a little tiny price plate when they printed them.
No,
But
they're
the
printed
reason
first.
yes.
they needed to put the
First
pence ones
5%.
first
Uh-huh.
because the pence ones had to travel to the UK to come on sale at the same time. So the pence ones got done first so they could get them away quickly.
Okay.
So that they would hit the UK as quickly as possible. That's my theory anyway.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Makes Pence.
It makes sense.
It
Ah,
makes sense.
Oh,
damn puns.
Oh, we have that one actually. But it's not the Pence copy, but we have that one.
Hey, do I have a
you getting into old detectives now?
Yeah, a few old detectives.
Yeah. Hey, you guys ready for a good one here? As I hobble myself around and kick my camera stand. We all know I have pretty decent comic book knowledge, but the knowledge I can pass on greatest today. Bill, can you hear me?
Yes.
Like I said, everybody knows I have great comic knowledge and I can pass a lot of that on, but the knowledge
you
I'm
do.
passing on today is you're watching me pound away a pot of coffee here while I'm on.
Are you okay?
I'm in a ton of pain, but
I'm
the
sorry.
great knowledge I can pass on for today is we all know I have advanced bladder and prostate cancers and
Yeah.
dealing with that. So my knowledge of the day is don't be a dumbass if you have bladder and prostate cancer. Don't pound coffee
Oh man.
because I've gotten up 3 times to pass it right back out of my system.
Good Lord.
And still drinking.
And still drinking it. But yeah, every time I've excused myself, it's
Love
because
that
I'm getting coffee refills. That's one of the all-time classics. That borders on the most classic Joker cover ever.
I think so too.
How old was that? Was that
That and that
1967,
Rogers, 1967.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's
yeah.
right after the Go-Go checks. The modern that what? That's the Silver Age Riddler.
First Silver Age Riddler.
Yeah,
Oh, let
a
me
lot
ask.
of really good books there.
Dang. Do you all
Modern Clayface.
y'all ever watch the black and white Batman? The one where he actually had like a regular car, or was like a
Well,
From
from
Pat
long ago,
Roderick.
You mean the cereal?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
driving like a 30s or 40s car or something.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever seen that?
Where does that fit in comic land? Like how?
It doesn't. It was just literally the serials where they were trying to get Batman's name out there.
But what comics were around that time?
But did he have a
When the
Batmobile
serials
before
came
before
out,
the
the
cereal?
earliest Batman there were. Those serials started in 1940.
So those serials started when Batman started. But I guess my question is,
A year
did the
later.
Batman comics have a Batmobile or a car?
Oh
Like,
yeah, they had a
Well,
Batmobile. Yeah,
the
for sure.
the old Batmobile was like a fancy Duesenberg with a bat symbol on the front, but
Right.
they
Yeah.
didn't go through all those troubles.
Well, it's fancy.
They were just trying to pump out serials. They'd shoot those in a day.
Okay.
Like the only money they spent on anything was minorly on costumes, and then they'd like shoot a 15-minute serial in a day.
Dang.
It was all just promotional. They're basically like a 10 to 15-minute commercial
That's
that
sick.
they'd run in movie theaters.
Okay.
So they'd try and get people interested in buying the comics.
Got it.
But as far as canon to the comics goes, it was all gangster mall stuff in those old serials and stuff. They really didn't go into crazy villain stuff. They didn't do any kind of prosthetics. They didn't put a lot of money into it. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Look at
yeah.
that, a near mint 60s Flash. How about that? Yeah, if that head wasn't so silly, I might go for that for the grandson. He loves the Flash. Oh man. Oh man. First Guy Gardner in a big way. Yeah, and a very good define. Now, if you start getting into the Adams run, like the first John Stewart and
That's
stuff,
it.
I need those.
Well, what number are you talking there? Because downstairs I've got a Green Lantern collection, and
Well,
Oh my
the O'Neill Adams run, which I've got 76 signed by Adams, but 76 to 89,
Darren,
and
do you
that-
have any of the showcase issues?
I need. He's got some of the bigger showcase issues.
not the at the moment. I haven't got any huge showcase ones. I've had them. I've had the first 3 Green Lanterns and sold them. The first 2 Atoms and sold them. But this was a couple of years ago. But let me just. It would take me a minute to dig them out.
Yeah, don't go
That's
digging.
fine.
Grab stuff
I was
at
just
hand.
asking.
If you're gonna dig, do it for next week or whatever.
Just
Even
dig-
though we do have to polish up on trivia, but yeah, one of these days, if you ever pull out the Green Lantern, I know just by the sight of them whether I need them. I've got 76, 89, 87, a couple of them. I
Hey
just need to
Jeremy,
fill in the
I
blank.
think it always was a scam because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody has a different opinion, and you have graders. And if you took 10 of their graders and each one graded it their own way, I guarantee you would get 10 different grades. They may be, very, very close, but they're not going to be that close. And so the thing is that this is the one area that AI might really work well in, I'm anti-AI as far as artwork goes, but as far as trying to look at something from a completely non-biased standpoint, that's the way to go. And
There's somebody at the warehouse.
oh, there's
Across the street.
okay.
I'm talking with myself muted.
just walking by?
But hey, Bill.
Sorry, he just ran outside. Somebody was walking up to the
Oh,
warehouse.
okay. Well, Bill's not even there, but I'll hold on before you show too many more, Darren. Well, we got a couple minutes. And
I'll go grab him.
forgive me. There's so much going on. Nope, I need you. I don't need Bill. I need you. Forgive me. I blanked names again already. Your name again was
Dale.
Dale. Dale. Tell us in a brief synopsis what got you into comics, how long you started, when you started collecting, your history.
Oh my God. Honestly, lately, not much. But when I was much younger, my dad, he was really into, how do I put this? He was one of those people that like looked at trends and looked at things that could be worth something later.
He was a speculator.
Market trend reader.
Yeah.
But
you
a
know,
good
like
speculator.
like
not-
Beanie Babies and all that stuff. So
yeah.
he would start buying me these comics. And I'd read, he'd buy like, sometimes he'd buy two of them. I'd read one and have the other. But I never got like really deep into it like Phil did. I mean, I appreciate it, but it's always been like, you know, those edge cases. Like, let's see. I mean, it's kind of cliche, like Death of Superman. I had, you know, he got one of those when it was, you know, a thing, or before, you know. But no, man, I haven't gone anywhere near deep as you all. It's amazing, and I love listening to it and watching it. It's so
Yeah. So, what's your favorite character and why?
oh shit.
In life. No,
What's my favorite character and why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you relate to him?
You're blowing his mind, man.
This is bad because I mean it's kind of like a semi-mainstream. It's always been like Wolverine just because of his
Attitude.
well. So it was Wolverine, but it was because of So he's been portrayed as like, you know, this like aggravated, angry, but he has this like soft side that kind of comes out every now and then.
Yeah.
And
Well, he's very paternal. They did that over the years in the comics.
Right.
Brought out
and that's kind of how, I mean,
I had to do
Well,
that.
there you go.
I had to do this because I
Q&F
can't.
said it best. You're a good prospect.
like
We can get
like
you into this. We can get you addicted.
yeah, like my friends are, you know, everybody says, "Oh, you're so nice. You're the greatest person ever." I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm a dick." And but you know, but
So Wolverine is Dale's interdict. Is
There
what
you
he's
go.
saying.
right, because I am very nurturing and kind and whatever.
Yeah.
right?
Now, did you get into Wolverine because of the comics or because of the movies?
Way before the movies.
Way
Comics,
before the movies. Good
comics
deal.
and like
Good deal.
comics and the what was it? When did that come out? When did that one cartoon come out?
Oh,
90s?
97.
97?
97.
Yeah.
Oh no, earlier than that. 92.
What comic? You talking the miniseries?
No, he's talking about the Fox animated series by Larry
90,
Hughes.
92.
There you go.
92. Yeah.
92.
so it was about- it was
the
like early
cartoon
comic-
was a big.
And then the
All right.
92 series was like really what kind of got me into like watching it instead of reading
Yeah.
it.
Oh, there you go. Lots of Neil Adams Continuity Studios. All right, one last thing before I let you off the hook. Yet again, Neil Adams. You carry yourself like you're an army. Were you in the army?
Oh no.
No.
No, I could never be in any service because of my health and issues in my lungs and everything. But
Okay.
I have my family, my Both my mom's parents were in the Navy. My granddad on my dad's side was in the.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but you carry yourself either like Army or Army.
No, he does. He seems very military, not in a bad way. He seems he's very regimented in that he's
I have a background.
He's very consistent.
I have. I mean, you know, if you want to say I did.
Familial background.
I was very outdoorsy. I'm very outdoorsy. I'm very regimented.
Well, I'll let you off the hook now, but we did some interviewing. But yeah, yet again, Continuity Studios, he couldn't give those away when they came out. But oh, that is so pretty.
Dang.
What issue is that?
17.
Oh, wow.
Early ones. Just so
that's
pretty.
the first Flash crossover, right?
Number 20.
Just so pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Not even a DC guy, and I understand how pretty that is. Lydia, the tattoo lady.
Lydia. Oh, Lydia.
Oh,
have you met Lydia?
And I think my favorite thing about these going is the Thorpe and Porter stamp, but that's much more those guys. That's much more Bill.
That's Gil Kane is fine.
And Mark and Gray.
Although Gil Kane did some wonderful stuff at Marvel. Look at that. Oh
that is just so good.
Nose. Oh my God.
Just so good.
The Dazzler from the X-Men. Look, in the Green Lantern.
There you
Can
go.
you believe it?
No,
and 1966. A Tuma. That looked like a Tuma.
It did.
It's a Tuma. It's not a Tuma.
There's a big one. Right? There's a classic Sinestro.
Oh, Tuma is blue?
Yeah, because he's an Atlantean.
I didn't know he was blue.
Yeah, a Tuma is.
And then it just, wait. Is that 35p?
But
it is, but it's a sticker over the top of the.
Okay. I was like, I'd never seen a 35p on a DC comic before, but it's a sticker.
So that we've jumped.
You jumped right over into the relaunch.
Yeah, but it's going to jump back again in a minute.
All right.
It's going to jump back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's great stuff, dude.
Yeah, and this is when I was reading Green Lantern. This is when I was liking it.
Is that Joe Staton?
Yeah, Staton did a long run. Staton did a couple years on it.
Oh, look at this one.
There's the special.
Oh, that's a very rare.
Who's that? Is that
16 does his origin relaunch. That's 17.
Hey, answer Dale's. Hey, put it back for a second. Let Dale ask a question real fast.
Who's that right there by your ring finger? Yeah, by your pink.
Who is that
in the yellow?
Oh, this guy.
Yeah,
that's just a bad guy from the Golden Age.
Golden Thunderbolts. Apparently.
Golden Thunderbolt. Yeah.
I don't even know. It almost looks like Thor related. It's kind of strange. Yeah.
All right, what is she? Oh, okay. I thought that was older.
But it's DC. I was thinking like.
But yeah, they did so good in the late 70s, early 80s with Grell and then Staton and a lot of those. They were just so good. That Green Lantern run was just good.
I must have put them in the wrong place. It should be.
Anti-Monitor.
That's Marvel.
No, Hawkman is DC.
Guy Gardner.
It's not an Amazon. It's because that's
Gardner and John Stewart.
They're all like bird people.
I thought when I was just fiddling with the box, I could have sworn I had some in like 120. With I don't know where the hell I put it. It can only be in the box.
Oh,
Hawkman.
Yeah, it looks like Hawkman.
It does. It looks like Hawkman, Dale said. The Golden Thunderbolt guy.
That's what I thought. That's why I was asking because I was like, that looks.
Oh
like
no, it looks just like him. Yeah, no. That's what I was saying.
Nice.
A little bit of creation, a little nod to the creation.
I'm hoping we can get Dale on here more often. Dale is fun.
Now that's an homage to the classic Adams cover.
I love that.
Was that Wiki?
Yeah, that's an homage to like issue 87.
Or Mighty Mouse.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, same thing. Is Mighty Mouse basically Mickey Mouse as a superhero?
Superhero,
Is he
yeah.
right?
No, wait, that was supposed to be Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
Here we
Dude,
go.
I love Mighty Mouse.
Just
Mighty Mouse is awesome. Yeah.
me being
All
a
right.
dumbass.
You hit the right numbers. We're going to hit the Kyle pile here again, but
Good.
very nice running
I love
Green Lantern there, sir. As
Depends
said by
what you
Dr.
want
Silver
to,
Age.
what your starting number is, but it's
Oh,
coming up
Kilowatt.
right now.
Kilowatt was a Russian? Who knew?
Yeah, I don't need 76, but I need like 77.
I've got a gap and it starts here. That's where I think I start, Carl. 91.
90. Yeah, 90. 90 is the relaunch. That's the second Grell issue.
That's
right
Hal.
there.
Hal, what was
There
Hal's
you go.
last name?
I
Jordan.
need her. No, that's Grell
Jordan. Hal
again.
Jordan. The original new
That's the Grell relaunch.
Silver Age Green Lantern. The original one was Alan Scott.
I thought that was Arrow sitting there.
It kind of did. Well, no, it is.
Here,
So
but-
Green Arrow. Oh, so
The guy on the right.
Oliver Quinn. Oh, I didn't see. Yeah. So that was Green Arrow. Green Arrow. Yeah. They joined comics. So great.
Are these Lantern comics or Arrow? Okay, these are.
They're,
Lantern.
oh, Neil Adams,
Nice.
who I wrote the book.
Yeah, they their logic was that we were only selling this many Green Lantern and we were only selling this many Green Arrow. So if we put them together, we'd sell twice as many.
Okay.
And instead, they put them together and they sold half.
Awesome.
They really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
you
easiest
kinda
way
get
to
the
describe
reverse.
it. Where Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil won all these awards, but they couldn't save the book because it just went down to nothing. Oh my God! And that's a proper 12p too, isn't it? That's not even.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Damn it! I
Wait,
don't need it. I just got to
wait,
keep telling
come back,
myself. I
Darren.
don't.
Darren, come back.
Who's in the cape?
Who's in the cape up top?
That is
Black
it's
Canary.
Superman in fancy dress.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's
Ultraman.
Oh my God,
No, that's not
That's
Superman. I got
Ultraman.
some alien.
looks like
He's got a
Dolphin.
laser pistol or something.
Oh God, I love all these 12ps. If it just, I don't need them. I want them, but I don't. I love all those 12ps
Oh, they're gorgeous.
because they only did that for like half a year. DC only did that for like half a year. There's like 6 months of 12p and 2 months of or 3 months of 15p, and then it's just no more. Yeah, the Starburst 12p. DC didn't do it nearly as long as Marvel
Yeah.
did.
15p now.
He said Black Hand.
Oh, Black Hand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And then-
Jeremy. Thank you.
I mean, you
That's
can-
who that was.
You can tell by those issues and those months. That's how long they did those because he had all those.
Sick.
And I think that's probably the last 15p you're going to come across. Nope, there's the last one. Watch him come out with another one. Because that was 3. Yeah, that was. There's only like 3 or 4 issues of those comics that were 15p. They only
Oh,
did it for
no.
a few months. Yeah, there's another one. You can tell how many months they did it by the ones you've got in that run. Look at this. Is it 50? Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there were like 4 12ps and 6 15ps. They did it for like a year and a half total.
There's your guy again. Look.
So Jeremy said Black Hand. Is that who that is?
So the guy we were asking about earlier is Black Hand.
I guess.
Okay.
No. He's a villain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, those are great. Oh, my
Again, if this was several years ago, I'd want every one of those just so I had sequential to cover the 12 and look at that. I did not know there were that many 15ps.
It's so hard to get a collection like this and then sell it, because we've all got OCD
Wait,
to some
what
degree.
issue number is that?
134.
They just
All
got to buy
right,
2.
you are definitely that's way too many 15ps. How is that even possible?
Well, I knew it was rare, so what I do is I've got this little print and I put liquid paper over it and then I stamp it with a 15p.
Hey, I thought 12p was the less.
That's a ticket.
Stop. Go back. I want that.
This is a ticket. It's
Oh, it's okay. I was gonna say I'd
sticker,
never
sorry.
seen it 20p because they stopped before they were
Oh, look
20p.
at the 15p.
Look at that! It's another 15p. So it's the other way around. I was adjacent to my knowledge. There's less 12p and more 15p,
Yeah, definitely. According to
but
this.
I never knew there were that many.
It's so hard to buy a collection in like this because I fall in love with them when I'm grading them. And then someone buys,
Oh
the
my
first time they go
God!
on
There's
sale,
another one.
someone buys one right in the middle, and it's like, no, the run is broken.
Yeah. So I know it comes out to less than a year and a half total between the two of them. Because DC did it for roughly a year and a half. I just thought it was the other way around. There's only so many 12Ps and there's only so many 15s. But I guess it's like 8 or 9 15s and probably 4 to 6 12Ps.
The covers are great.
But like Marvel did that for several years. DC did it for a short period. And then DC went to the dual pricing because it got too costly.
What do you mean dual pricing?
It's got both on there. If you look in the price, it'll say like 60 cents US
Yeah,
and then that much UK,
right.
like
That one's
20p
dual priced.
UK. And then Marvel was still putting out 20p books at the time. But what they do is they changed the press, and like the first, say, 5,000 books, that's my favorite right there. That's my favorite Green Lantern book. The first 5,000 books on the press, they'd press them 15p,
Right.
and then they'd change it to 50 cents or whatever,
Right.
and they'd ship those in the States, and they'd take those 15p ones, and they were always the first off the press that shipped over. Which
It's
is
a
why
great
there's
run, you
more
know this.
vibrant colors.
Lovely run. I love it when I get one of every copy.
But DC only did it for like a year and a half total. Marvel did it in the 60s and did it again in the 70s into the early 80s as an experiment. And the guy that used to run production at Marvel and was familiar with DC told me all about it. But it was like DC only did it a year and a half, where Marvel did it for 2 blocks of like 3 to 5 years.
So this one is actually a near mint comic.
The sticker.
But because of that 15p sticker, I knocked 2 grades off.
There you go.
Now there are people who know how to take stickers off, so if they took the sticker off.
Yeah,
On the sleeve or on the comic?
there's like a
is
variation of
sticker.
Goo Gone that takes that right off and doesn't damage it. I can't remember what it's called, but
That's
more
ridiculous.
or less it's
But
a
I would think
non-oily
the sticker
Goo
would make
Gone.
it more valuable.
If the
Green Lantern, thank you, QNS. Green Lantern 144 was the final Pence issue. So, and that's what I know about the history.
you
is
know
they
that,
just did it a
Kyle?
shorter period.
I think someone said it in chat.
Kyle, how do you know? I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but how do you know that?
I keep wanting to say it was Saul Brodsky, but Brodsky died. No, Veerport died. It was Saul Brodsky. I talked to Saul Brodsky some
What?
years back.
Did you?
Yeah. And he told me the history of how Marvel priced him and how DC priced him and how the production runs and how they did it. Like, that's how I know that the Whitman variants, Marvel Whitman variants, they used Whitman as a Midwestern distribution. So there's 1,000 Marvels and Whitmans, but the DCs are more limited because they didn't want to spend the money. DC was penny pinchers. That's why they went to the dual pricing and stuff like that.
So quite enough. You know, you found it on Lone Star. Do you mean Lone Star Comics? I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's why I said after this many years and going through cancer treatments, my brain just ain't what it used to be. But I knew DC is rare at the Whitman's prices, which again doesn't put a great value on them.
So did Whitman put out a lot of DCs?
Very few. DC used it more as an experiment. That's why the polybagged Whitmans, like an average Whitman comic, a Whitman DC out of the bag, might be worth $5 in a reader copy where it's $3 regular.
Sense.
And
Where's
that's
the
the only
issue number?
difference.
Where's the issue number?
I can't see
That
it.
is so cool. I love those errors.
Oh, is
I
it gone?
love those error books.
Wait, it's not there.
Yeah, that's an error book. Like the first 10,000 off the press, they forgot that.
Should be there. You're kidding. So that's actually an error. That should variant.
That's actually an
Yeah,
error
take
book.
that out.
Yeah.
Take that
Yeah.
out.
That's
Good
actually
call,
an error
guys.
book.
Good
Take
call.
that out.
Yeah,
Put that
that's
in the Dale
actually an
pile.
error book. There's a few of them like
We need
that.
a
that are
Dale
actual
pile
error
now.
books.
Take a picture of Dale. You need a Dale pile.
I'm going to need a bigger bookcase.
But yeah, I need to
bigger boat.
I need to research this.
You see why
But yeah, I used to study that a lot, and like I said, I talked to Brodsky. I keep wanting to say Veerporten, but I've talked to
Veerporten died
Orzakowski.
at 37, right?
Veerporten, yeah. But Gibbons, that's where Dave Gibbons started. But Orzakowski is another one. Whitman variants went 116 to 121. Yeah, and you can pull this stuff up online. I used to be requested to kind of write the book on this shit, but not enough people were interested, and it just went by the wayside. And I had grandkids and quit worrying about it.
I don't know.
Pink
You know,
elephants.
But
wait, but what about
and then if you think about it, especially in Britain, nobody in Britain wants the Pence variants. They want the English ones.
Yeah, British want the sense.
And it's mind-boggling. I talk to Mark about that all the time. I know for a fact, and again, Orzakowski can back it
pull
up.
that one back, Darren.
Orzakowski worked in the production department. We've talked to these guys that worked in the production departments at Ease. I just did a show. Paulo has a couple guys that were production guys at Marvel in the early 2000s. But yeah, DC were skinflints when it came to that stuff. But they were also
issues are fantastic.
Yeah, Canadian copies, National Bookstore variant 89. Yeah, there's great history, and I could have written a book. I can't now. I'm not going back and learning it all over again. But again, it's a niche market. Nobody wants the peas, but they're always brighter.
Look at that.
The Pence copies are always brighter. They're always cleaner because they were first off the press.
Right. After they got all the kinks out.
Mm.
You know, you say book though, but I mean, like, man, if only we would have known back then. So have you ever heard of From the Bridge?
From the Bridge, no.
Yeah. So it was a documentary about fandom. You got everybody, and so Phil was a producer on it.
Oh, I didn't know Phil produced that.
Yeah.
So Phil, our owner.
So it was a documentary about fandom, comics,
Yeah.
or all that, and people telling tales about
The medium.
and
Yeah.
who is who did what, all the like weird. I mean, Gene Simmons was interviewed, George Takei, all that. I mean, it was a big deal. Like that would have
It's
been cool.
Takei. When you say his name, it rhymes with gay. It's
Takei. Sorry.
Takei.
But we love George Takei.
He's the one that loves pointing that out. He said Takei
2
rhymes
minutes.
with gay. So we skipped right over that Adams run, but that's cool.
Dude.
But yeah, I need the Adams run of Dead Man in Strange Adventures in the first issue of 205.
I have some of those, Kyle.
So I need the first Dead Man, and that's literally all I'm going to collect. Is like the 13 issue run of Dead Man in Strange Adventures, the Adams Green Lantern, and I'm just going to let the rest of it go. I mean, I'm letting go of rights and autographs. I'm letting go of original art. I have to just let it go. I have to pull a Frozen and just let it all go. Like when my grandnephew comes up here, I'm going to stack a box or two and just send him with him.
That's good. Oh, look. Number one.
Reader copy or not, just
Number one.
It's complete.
We've seen these before. It's just for Dale's benefit, really.
Yeah, no, Dale.
Oh,
Dale
nice. Very cool.
He found that. Tell him about the collection real quick.
Well, he's got to watch a previous show.
No, but put it, encapsulate it just for a second, Darren.
So,
Just
this,
do you
this
want to
little
let go of that
collection-
strange? Do you want to let go of that strange tales, or do you want to sell it?
What do you mean, let go or sell? It's the same to me.
No. Do you want to put it on a trade pile, or do you want to sell it? Because you can
It's
put
the
that on
same.
my pile. You
It's
can
the
put that
same.
on
It's
my
done.
pile.
It's on your pile.
Kyle.
It's like a 9D. It's a 9D copy. I like those.
So the story is I went to see an old lady who called me, said she had, her husband had died. Hey, here's Greyback. Her husband had died, and she was letting the grandkids, color in the comics and cut them up and make collages and play with them. So she said to me, I did the work on the telephone, and she said, I've got 14 boxes. Well, I had 14 boxes. She said, I've only got 2 left.
Oh,
So I said to her, well, describe the comics to me. And she said, what did she say? I can't remember. She says, this one's got X-Men on the front. And I said, okay, so you try and explain to me what you can see. And she described the scene a bit. And I said, what's the price on the cover? And I think she said, it says 9D. And I said, that's 9 old pence. English pence used to be D. And I said, is there another number on the cover somewhere? And she said, number 4. And so from the sounds of it, I'm looking at an X-Men number 4. And then I says, what's the next comic? So she looked at the next comic. I've got a feeling, was it Strange Tales? And I said, what's the number on the cover? She said 110, which is the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to come to your house.
Yeah.
And I set off for her house. And we all know what happened.
yeah.
So I was just showing this guy in Grey. I was just showing this guy called Dale in the shop in the States a couple of issues. Here he comes. Look, he's come running back. Are you ready? Oh, he's gone again.
Hold on a second. Gray, I need to know if you need this.
Something going on, but
That book I had you set aside for Gray. Gray, do you need this one? Can you show that one again?
Was it the Action Comics?
Yeah.
I
You
haven't
need
got
that,
that one.
Gray?
Yeah, I need that one. Yeah.
All right, you're getting it.
What's that? It's what do you call it?
That's
Need
the
a
first
copy.
appearance of Brainiac 5 and a bunch of them.
Oh, is it cool? Nice.
there are some.
Yeah, that's yours. I'm gonna do a swap, and that's going to you.
Well, I hope you managed to come to agreement.
Well, we're getting there with it, but that's not coming to me. That's going to you.
Cool. Cheers.
So
First
you
Brainiac
got
5, yeah?
it has a
Nice.
bunch of first appearances, like the first appearance of Brainiac and all them other
Yeah.
ones.
Is
So-
is it got missing pages, Darren?
Nope.
Or is it all right?
No, I think it's complete.
It's
I
a
see you got the
complete
RC
reader
one on it.
copy.
It's
Yeah.
cover detached and almost split into
Oh, that's
2.
fine. That's cool. That
4
makes
center
sense.
folds are detached, and there's some biro on the cover.
Dale
Yeah.
has something to show.
It has it's the classic Gray copy. So I figured
Yeah,
What
exactly.
number's that one?
318.
318 of what was
But
it?
yeah.
Action.
Grammy
Action.
showed that, and I said, set it aside. We'll work out a deal, and it's just going to you.
Action, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you get
So
an
anyway-
early Legion appearance with some major characters coming to you.
Excellent. Like it.
So,
That's
Dale,
just-
in this little collection I rescued from the old lady's grandkids, this was popped up.
Why did we go?
Oh,
Oh,
on big screen.
Why don't you show that
First appearance of Radioactive Man.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, nice.
If I wasn't let go of mine, I'd want that all day long.
That was the one she was explaining
Look at
to
that,
me.
look
I
at
think.
Oh God, I need that so bad. It's not even
I
funny.
paid $5 for that on my 12th birthday.
Hey,
Is that the number
Darren,
four?
what's the
Is it
damage
Vanisher
on
or
that?
something like that?
Number 2.
Look at that.
And that's number
There you
2.
go.
And that's that's the D copy too. Go back to that X-Men 4
Look at this. X-Men 2.
or X-Men 2. Oh my God. See, there's a lot of money in those, isn't there?
I paid $5 for that when I was 12.
I need that X-Men 2 and 4, but I don't think I could trade enough for them.
Then there was this one in there, which is a monster
look at
copy.
this.
Strange Tales.
First,
That's the
I need
first
to
Doctor
get that
Strange.
for Johnny.
first Doctor Strange.
That's a
Hey,
beauty. Was that in?
Darren, do me a favor.
This is
Darren.
great because that's a
Darren,
Neil
do me a
Adams.
favor.
I'm listening.
Neil Adams cover.
Take that X-Men 2, that X-Men 4, and that Strange Tales 110, and put it on the we need to have a discussion pile with them.
Hey,
Oh,
Darren,
and it's a Pence copy. Oh,
Darren, can you put that Fantastic Four 13 on the bill pile, please? I'll either pay you cash or we'll come up with something.
guys, you've seen all these before.
I have not.
No.
I did not.
You
see
have.
the
You
13.
have.
no.
I have. Well, I'm sorry. Please put it on the bill pile. Do you
But
know why that's important to me?
if,
It's on. It's on.
if I got
the
enough
only
to do that
Fantastic
X-Men 2
Four
and
that
4,
was inked by Ditko.
if I got enough to do that X-Men 2 and 4, I'm gonna do it. And I
don't
may
know
have
what the
to
X-Men
broker.
4 is.
I may have to.
I don't think we saw an X-Men 4.
No, I didn't.
I thought you showed the X-Men 4, the first.
No, it was a number 2.
He did the two.
Oh, I
Let's see
thought you had
4.
X-Men 4. Okay.
Let's see the 4.
You really didn't have an. I thought you showed that.
Have I got a 4? I think I've got a 4, but I don't know where it is.
What you showed one before that issue too, didn't you?
No. You thought it was a 4.
Okay. I'm seeing things. But that 110, I may need to broker a deal. But Montreal Johnny really needs that.
Good God.
Pence
All this
copy or
money going
not.
over the Atlantic, the Pacific. I don't know where it's going.
So if I can work something out, I think I can get you a great deal for that 110, or I can get you some trade value or some good old Batmans or something.
Yeah.
But if I can
okay,
get that,
all right.
if I can get that to Johnny, like if it gets to me and I can get it to Johnny, I can get Johnny to send you. I can broker something where he gets
Okay.
it, gives it to his kid, gets you back some Batman of high value. You're covered there. So hopefully I can come up with something for the X-Men too. But
Okay. Let me just run off for 1 second, see if I can find an X-Men 4. There's a chance I know where it is.
But yeah, I think Johnny can use that one Strange Tales 110, and I think he'd come off some good stuff for it, and we can work that out. I wouldn't mind having it, but I don't need it. But Johnny wants it, and it's on his grail list, so I want to get it for him. So, and then I knew that first Brainiac was on your gray list, Gray. So I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah, cool.
I
didn't realize. I think I was looking at it the other day because I remember it's first Brainiac 5. I think I remember reading about it, but what number was that? Do you remember?
It's like Action 1 something.
So we have the first Banshee.
I need that.
You need this?
That. Yeah, I need that.
Okay, I'll put it in your.
I'm
tick
running
file.
out of things to trade for it because I don't have the cash.
No,
yeah,
we'll
I need
figure
that. That
something
whole
out.
run, I basically, if you're gonna show it, I need it. There's so few of those I don't need. Now we established, I think, what I need, what I want. I need an X-Men 15, and I need now that I didn't know I needed it. I need a 24 because that's my birth month, but
Can't find it.
I
might never have had one.
I'm running out of things to trade for those, but that's what's on my want list. Just older issues of X-Men, and I'm willing to let go of quite a bit for them. And like I said, Johnny, you met Johnny a couple weeks ago on here, the kid up in Canada. He's got a lot of really good stuff where, like, if you may want it, he could come to an amicable deal.
The big problem we're going to have, because I've been thinking about this a lot, is that if it was two collectors swapping, it works. But I'm a shop and you're a collector. And so everything I do has to have profit involved.
And
I can make that happen.
I am fine with that.
Trade plus cash.
Yeah,
That's easy enough. That's easy enough to
I'm
make
thinking
that
trade
happen.
plus cash.
We got to be careful with the postage because honestly, I've looked into the postage to the States. It's heavy.
It is,
Well,
and that's something that we're gonna accept.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And that's why I said, and we can get with Mark, and we can put our packages with Mark, and he's got a bulk shipping deal, and we can make all that go away where it's not, it's still a couple $100,
Dale has an idea.
but we make it worth it.
Have you ever seen how like people in the card world deal with like a lot of that stuff? Is they'll get groups of, or beer traders. They want to get different beers from different regions and different areas. So a bunch of people will get together and trade, but they'll do like a bulk, like all the bill stuff. And if anybody else is here in the States in an area in Texas or whatever, you send them all to one place and let them disseminate it out.
Yeah.
Postage is handled better, right? Like
Yeah.
get a group going through this channel.
That's what I'm saying. What we're doing with ours is we're going to filter it through Mark.
Okay.
So it's a one transaction thing. We're going to say, like say if you spend $100, we'd spend $100 on shipping.
Yeah.
It's a wash there. And I'm going to make sure you get an extra $100 worth of books or something. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
To where you're going to be just fine. And with Johnny, it's going to come to me. Like if I get that Strange Tales 110, it's going into a box to me via Mark, and what you're going to get back is profitable to you because I know the person looking for that, and I know they're willing to give up so much for it that you may be able to flip, because you've seen some of his graded books. He's pulled out them old graded Batmans where you can flip it. He's got X amount into it, so he knows the value of getting that 110 back. You come out ahead cash wise. He comes out ahead investment wise, and everybody's happy. And I'm just going to drop a little bit in shipping where I don't have to spend a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
And I want to make that happen because there's so few books on people's grail list.
And I don't mind. I don't mind doing a combination, Darren. I just want you to be happy.
Rather than trading, just selling the books that you're happy to trade with where you are, Kyle, and then just sending the money to Blinking Darren. That way, you haven't got to pay shipping for comics to send to him.
Basically the way to look at it is I make a few bucks here and there, like in sales and things like that. Yeah. But that immediately goes into keeping us afloat and paying piled up medical bills.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I have no cash.
No, but
what I'm dealing with is no cash.
If you sold the
any kind of pool I get, I'll pay into shipping and things like that, because I'm not worried about me. I want to own these things, but my family, the way I view it is my family is going to be able to flip this for a couple $100 here, a couple $100, and it's not going to be complicated.
So you're making the extra investment now for later,
right? Because I got one foot in the grave, and I know it. I'm not having an existential crisis over it. I already know I do. My 15-year survival rate with these cancers is 0, and I'm 5 years in.
Yeah.
So best case scenario, I got 10 years left, and that's bullshit. I don't have 10 years left as I chain smoke, and I don't care. I've lived well. I want for nothing, and the happiest I'm going to be with all these transactions is like some of them old Spider-Mans I give to the grandkids. They light up. I do that gift for Gray. He lights up. I facilitate this transaction for Johnny. He lights up. That's where I get my happiness out of this. And I want you to be able to make money. That's why I said, if you can flip that Batman and make some cash, no matter what I trade for it, I'm good. No matter what I trade for it, because I'm going to get more than I ever had invested in it, because it's worth so much more than what I had invested in it.
Yeah. No, all we got.
But I want to find that person that'll get you $500 for that, just as a basis. Yeah. If somebody can flip that for $500, go make it. I don't care. Go make that money.
You've got to line up the prices and be very aware of the postage charge, the delivery, whatever we call it, the shipping. We've got to be careful that we don't take all the profit out by paying shipping, and make sure that it's of equivalent value.
I have no problem I have no zero, and Mark will tell you. If Mark was on here, he'd chime in with you.
Yeah.
I have no problem. Like if it's 200 quid, I have no problem throwing in 200 quid worth of books where it's just an immediate scrub. And I'm not talking about 200 quid worth of books that take you 10 years to sell. You've seen the books I have. There's 200 quid in there where you could just let them go.
Yeah.
And you got
and
it
that's
back.
that's it's a good point you make. For what I'm doing, right, the books that you want and Bill wants and Carl wants and everyone wants, they are books that are liquid. I can quickly sell them.
Yeah.
I don't want to swap liquid high value books for high value not liquid books.
Yeah. And
Has to be liquid.
I
Because
got
my
no
goal is to get
problem
cash.
letting go of a lot of liquid books I have. I got
Yes.
no problem letting go of it. But I'm running out of them. I'm just running out of them. But I don't care because it literally, when I get down to the readers, I've got boxes that Mark wants.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to figure out when he comes over here, he's just going to have to take them with him because I have boxes full of, those Pacifics, amalgams, things like that, Charlton. I used to have boxes where you could go, all right, I'll give you this much for him and take the whole thing off your hands. And I'd be like, there you go. Take them and go. Yeah. I got no problem with it. Or it's this much trade value, less this or whatever. I got no problem with that because I already know what I have into it. And it's just not that much. Yeah. I have more labor into it than anything, because I've been doing this 40 years. I know how to find a $500 comic book for $5. I'm patient enough to wait 10 years to get that $500 comic for $5, flip it for $250 and be thrilled to no end I did that.
Yeah.
Because I'm infinitely patient, Like I got the first appearance of The Crow for 50 cents. I've been offered $450 for it and have said no up until now. I may let it go and it's over $500 now.
Yeah.
And I'm only into it 50 cents in the back and a board and some shipping, which again, if you count it by comic, $1. So I'm out less than $5 shipping that thing over and I'm getting 500 kickback. So I'm not losing any sleep over it. And again, it's easily liquid. Mark will tell you. I mean, I had a 1933 early Mickey Mouse that was the second highest graded copy once he got it graded. And he made 3 times in the sale that we traded the value for. And I have no problem with that. He did good for him. He said he'd bump some cushion back in trade. And I'm like, whatever. I only have this much into it. I got that much out of it. Go break the bank with it. I don't care. You got happiness out of it. The person that's going to get it's got happiness out of it. I don't care. And my wife cares a little bit, to make sure, all right, well, we're getting back what we have into it. As long as we've cleared the shipping cost or I get so much cash in a trade, I literally don't care. Because if I had it my way, say I have $10,000 books, 10,000 books, I'd be happy giving 9,000 of them away. Just giving them away. Just here, take them. Just here, take them. Let it light up a kid's day. I want on Halloween to pass out comic books.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
I wish I could.
That's the way it is.
I wish I could. But again, I have to think long term. So I need liquid that I like. And that's why I'm going for the X-Men. I want to complete my Defenders run, but honestly, that's just kind of half-assed for me. My money is in the Marvel feature 1, 2, and 3 and some of the precursors, but
so
I still don't.
Circa early 70s, I was a kid, and we would go trick or treating, and this one house always they owned a pharmacy, and they would always give out comics with the top third cut off because that's what they had to do to get redemption.
Well, remainders.
Right.
But yeah, Darren, I can tell you right now.
The best comics I ever got had a third of the comic. Like,
well, that kind of sucks, but not really.
Well, yeah, because I still got to experience it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they hadn't done that,
I wouldn't have gotten exposed to half the shit that I enjoyed as a kid. And so I'm grateful for that. And it's one of those things that's totally timely and it's totally within a certain period. But I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. And Darren with me, and I'm pretty sure Bill will verify with him too.
Concur.
You're going to come out ahead and don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to see that you come out ahead, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm coming out ahead too in my eyes.
Screw you over in any way,
So,
shape. No, I'm
and
happy
that's why
to keep getting everything you want. We just want this stuff because
No, I am so over the moon that you guys have got huge stacks of stuff on there. The only thing that's worrying me is shipping charges are huge on heavy items to the States.
Honestly, we're going to figure that out, and it's not going to be on you.
And we can break them up because, you know, you may have to take out some of them bigger books for the time being. You know, and I want them, but if they're too costly,
it'll be on us. It won't be on you whatsoever.
But I've shipped full boxes to Mark for like, and I do mean literal boxes for a couple $100.
Yeah.
And again, we figured that out, scrubbed it in the trade, and we always come out ahead. So there's some cash transacting.
Need to get some of this stuff,
but it's easy enough to scrub. It's literally easy enough to scrub. But again, you have to keep that in a real tight knit group because you just can't make a habit out of it. And again, if you're shipping to the States, ship it to one place.
I'm so happy.
And then once you ship it to one place,
Dale is one of us. Let's say it, Kyle. One of us.
One of us.
You just made me think of something else. Like so I used to be in the scooter game. You know, the rental scooters that are flooding everywhere. I worked for like those companies, and you know, when you're shipping stuff out of China on shipping containers, sometimes you want to like throw a little bit of extra in the like gaps in there of things you want to send home. So like if you could find friends with people in your area that are into the international trade that have big shipping containers of things, and you can throw a box in there as an extra. I mean, it's the slow boat and it's a slow process.
Yeah, there is a problem with that. Unfortunately, these I wouldn't trust valuable items like these are to just anyone. To just slot it into someone else's container because you know you need to be covered for insurance and stuff like that.
For sure.
But
things do go wrong.
Mark's got all this stuff figured out, and when he's on again, he'll be able to tell you. He's got all those shipping things figured out. He's got all that figured out. He's got the connections. He's got the outbound, so I can get them over to you.
I think
a good way to put it is half the cost.
Nah.
And then all you have to do is get it to him, and then you know him shipping over or whatever. We can figure all that out and cut the numbers down a little bit. And again, I have no problem going if it's $100. Here's $100 book that you can turn around and sell tomorrow for $100. Just there's $100 because it could be a $200 book, and then you say, all right, I'm gonna do a 50% off sale. It's $100. That's the way I look at it. You know, and honestly, I might be into it for $10, so I'm happy that I'm getting the equivalent of $100 for $10.
Darren, I have plenty of trade fodder for you. So,
listen to what Gray's been trying to say something for a moment.
Oh, fuck yeah, I can't bother now.
That's okay, go ahead.
I give up. I was like cover slingers. After the 5th time of trying to say something, I just give up and don't bother after that.
I didn't even realize you did. I'm just rambling on, but
I was saying,
we'll get all this.
Here he is. Look,
Darren is looking a bit tired. He looks like he needs to take a holiday. So I think he needs to go to America with a big suitcase full of comic books.
Darren is going to come over here.
Hey, that's a thing too.
He can spend a week with Bill and a week with Kyle.
Already said he would.
Right.
I got a spare room.
I shit you not. If you go into my browser history, I've been looking at the flights to the States for a fortnight already. Exactly that reason.
And here's an easy way to put it. I got a spare room upstairs to where if you came to Indianapolis, I'd save you on lodging every night. So I'd save you like 75 quid a night on lodging for however many days.
And we have
Just
a
in that
couch here,
itself,
but
you
we
know,
bring
hey,
in a
crash
cot,
at my
and you
pad.
can stay here at the store.
And you can come out and read comics.
We'll actually find you a place
There's
to
an
stay here.
apartment at the office.
I know.
You know.
There's an apartment at the office. You can, yeah. But we've got you, Darren. You
These
would
are good
Yeah.
ideas, guys. These make a lot of
in
sense.
San
These ideas.
Antonio, you would love this place.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And we're so old.
We'll take you to all the great places.
We're not like the young guys where it's like, come over and you can couch surf. It's like, hell no, I got a whole bed upstairs. You can have a room to yourself adjacent to my library, and you can flip through it and go, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Here's a reasonable price. You can take them back in your carry-on bag, no shipping, nothing like that. You got a carry-on bag full of comics, no cost. So
Yeah. That makes.
but again, all my
makes a lot of sense.
all my liquid valuable ones are going out quickly. But again, they're going to you guys. That's it. That's where they're all going. They're going to you. They're going to Mark. They're going to Gray.
Yeah.
That's
You see
where
that
they're
that
going.
Batman Grendel one, right? That is something that 1 in 10,000 collectors might want. So that one
Yeah.
is high value, but not liquid. That's why it's of no interest to me.
Well,
I think
it's
it's an
very
amazing
liquid
item.
for Batman collectors, but it's insanely rare. You need
Yeah, but-
Batman collectors with money.
What
So-
makes it not liquid is that I would want to sell it for a high value.
Yeah.
And
And again,
people want to
you
spend
could
their
say
money
you could
on
say
comics.
it's a 1,000-pound book and you're cutting it loose for 600 quid.
Yeah, but
And
people
get
do
it,
you
But
remember what I
you
said a
got to
couple of
find
weeks
that
back?
guy.
A couple of weeks
And
back,
that's
I
what
was
I'm
saying,
saying. Look around and see if you find that guy, because if you do, I'll throw it in a post, and there you go, and you got it, and you got that guy,
Right.
and he's happy, and you're happy.
but
it's
Kyle,
there.
mate, the way that my business on the comic side works is I don't look for anyone; they find me.
Yeah,
And so if I have to, you see, the whole point about having the internet site and doing the advertising the way I do is that people who want comics come to me to buy comics often during a sale. They don't come to, I don't have people come to my internet site looking for these incredible rarities because I
Yeah.
don't have any. So if I have to start going looking for them, it diverts my attention to
I'm
not
just saying,
selling comics.
if they come looking for you and they say, "Have you seen this? Do you know?
They don't.
Is there
They don't,
something
Kyle.
you know of?"
I don't.
Then
I
you
don't
could
get
say,
questions
"Yep,
like that. It just
I
doesn't
know."
happen. I don't have that interaction with the people. I literally sit here. The order comes in. I box it up and I send it out. And there's very little discussion in with the customer. I hardly discuss stuff with customers at all. That makes it incredibly efficient
Yeah,
to do what I'm doing, because the nature of comics is you have to be efficient to make any profit.
yeah,
And that's why I have to. I've chosen, of all. For example, I did 7 conventions, exhibited at conventions years ago,
Did you ever make table?
that. Absolutely eliminated that from my entire strategy
Yeah.
because you don't. You can make a small profit, but it takes incredible amounts of work. And
Yeah.
during the convention, customers destroy your stock because some customers just don't know how to handle comics. And so, you
Yeah.
come back and you're just ripping your hair out because you took your best stock to a convention, you came back with a small profit for 4 days of slogging your guts out, and you lost £20,000 in value of retail because of the bending to the comics. So I said, forget it. I'm going to do internet only. No one touches the comics except me.
There you go.
That way, that comic in that box there will be in the condition that it's in when it arrives at the customer. Nobody
There you
else is
go.
going to touch that comic from this point except me.
There you go.
And so you see, by chopping down the strategy to suit the internet selling one, I
Yep.
know that what I'm looking for is this kind of stuff. I'm looking for runs of this, where Gray's a brilliant customer, right? He comes along and he says, "I love one of them," and he gets a box, and I send him a box every so often, and I just don't know what he's going to buy next. It's amazing, but the stuff that stuff that he buys is other comic people would throw it away because they look at low grade comics and they just throw them in the bin. But Gray is not the only customer who does this. There's a huge market for low grade stuff, even from the 1990s and 2000s, you know, because it's cheap and they just want to read it.
And you'll notice, I mean, it's going to be a slow burn, but you'll notice after being on here with us, your base is going to grow more and more. More people are going to ask you questions. Your reputation is going to grow.
Look at that one that Gray's putting in his bag right now. Look at the back of that. That's it. That's perfect.
That just makes me cringe.
That's
that was you, wasn't it? Did you sell me this one?
Quite possibly.
Is that cut?
But the higher I speak of you to my friends in London and things like that, I'm going to turn more people onto you. There's going to be
the back page. I don't need to read the back page.
So you're gonna get some real traffic coming up here. It's gonna be a slow burn, but you're gonna get some real traffic coming off of this, and some of the regulars, you know.
So I'm gonna try to entice Dale to be a regular here, and since I mean on Wednesday when he can do it, he freelances, but I would love him to be a part of this because Dale's one of us.
Speaking of one of us, even though I'm not a stoner, Dale, are you a stoner? All right.
Why would you think that?
Dale,
why on earth would you think that about my buddy?
Do you know who Kevin Smith is, Dale?
Together, so, and I am a toker, but I don't know that about Dale. But
Dale, do you know who Kevin Smith is?
Huh?
Do you know who Kevin Smith is?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
So, are you aware of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash?
The
Secret
store.
Stash?
That's their store.
The Jersey store where they film Comic Book Man.
Right.
The guy that runs that store is going to be on this show in a couple weeks doing a trivia contest with us.
Snap.
So Mike Zapsik's going to be on the show in a couple weeks doing trivia with us.
I would love to have Dale here if he's available.
Let's just say
Let's play it by ear.
I have a past.
Yeah. But just so you know, if you want a history lesson on comics, Mike Zapsik's been called an encyclopedia of comic book knowledge by the likes of Kevin Smith.
All right.
And we're going to have him on here to do comic book trivia. So you and Darren could have a fun time sitting back going, holy shit, I didn't know that about comics.
Hey,
because we're going to be pulling out the trivia.
Get Gray to tell you what he's doing right now.
It looks like he's. Oh, that's
every time you buy from Darren at Splat Comics, you get a packet of stickers. This is how many times I've bought from him.
Are those puffy stickers?
Yeah.
No, DC superhero stickers.
I'd have them all over. I didn't show the sides of my bookshelves, but all those bookshelves I showed you, like my grandkids and nieces and nephews, I'll let them put stickers all over the side of them. So they just I've got Albert Einstein bumper stickers and record store stickers and kid stickers all over them. And all my bookshelves are covered in stickers because I want my bookshelves to have personality. So, you know, if I ever get those off you, they're just going to be peppered all over the side of
Recognize these, Darren?
Very much, yeah. There's a lot of different designs there.
Yeah.
So, I know it's the winter time and you don't worry about it, but are you going to sell Are you going to put chocolates in there in the summer heat where they could potentially melt? Or are those separately bagged?
I haven't even thought about it. It's a good point.
Or in the summer, you got to have them separately bagged. So
no, the chocolates are in the chocolates are in silver foil anyway. So if they melt, they just they'll go back together normally once they get cooled down a bit because they're already in the silver foil.
Do you got more comics to show off, Darren, or you hit a stopping point?
I've got as many as you could ever possibly want, but we have been at it for 3 hours, so maybe we finish this box and then Gray might tell us to go to bed.
Yeah,
I love that. There's Excalibur too. I love that early run of Excalibur.
I traded my Excalibur for Legion. I love the Excalibur run.
Oh,
snap. Did the Legion 89 run.
What was that?
Hey, not running over.
Just
bring that back.
Issues like 2, 3, and 4 of Excalibur.
Oh, that is a great one. I love that one.
They're just fun. Neary and
They are.
Davis, and then the Time Stream Caper. Those are just good.
Those
Those are going to get real popular.
Look for that.
They're trying to put together the movie for that right now out of Britain. They are trying to put together that movie. So if that happens, those are going to
Oh,
skyrocket.
nearly lost them all. Yeah, this was just a box that I've been working on to grade. So what I do is whatever order the comics come in the boxes, and they're all jumbled up, I just make sure that they're graded, bagged, and boarded. And then at the end of all the grading and the bagging and the boarding comes the mega sort, when I've got to sort 40,000 items alphanumerically so I can find them when I've got them on the shop.
God, screw that.
40, like imagine taking how many a deck of cards got 52 cards. So take 2,000 decks of cards, put them through the machine down the casino that shuffles them all together. That's the job I've got, to sort them back into order. It's very pleasurable actually, but it takes a long time.
Yeah, I bet. Certainly sounds like it.
Well, that's going to take me 6 months of hard labor to get the next batch ready for sale.
I said I was going to try not to buy any comics this year. Resolution, try and get my bloody bank account into a better state. And I've spent, God, fucking hell.
Oh, nice.
Over 200 quid in comics. Money I haven't got.
That is just so good. The art in those, the story are just really good. Don't want to say great, but they're just really good.
I tell you a little story about the website that's really interesting to me, obviously for restocking, but I've not added any stock during the it's been 8 months. Gray knows this. It was 8 months when I started Gray. So each month I did something different, increased the discount a little bit or something, but never restocked. Okay. So obviously those that were, that's the end of the box, but those that were mispriced maybe went first. Then those that were the most popular books, a bit cheaper, Spider-Mans and Batmans, they've been heavily selling. But as I've run out of these things, the most crazy things have happened. And the most obscure titles that you can never sell have started to sell in runs, huge runs. Like, for example, Generation X, for example. Nobody ever buys Generation X. But if it's what I've found is, if that's all there is, someone will buy it. And they have done.
I've got masses of lists, and I'll go through the ones that I really want the most first. You know what I mean? The ones I really, really, and then I've got ones that I'll get them if I get them, kind of thing. Sometime down the line, and so I go through them. And then if you haven't got any of the ones that I really, really want, I go, I've started a couple of runs this time because the fact you had them, like that staff. Well, no, it wasn't that somebody else that was. But I can't remember. There's one that you had that I hadn't got already. I hadn't started already, and I thought that's going cheap. I'll start that. I'll see if I can start that run now. But I can't remember what it was now. I'm sure there's one I bought from you.
Yeah, and it constantly amazes me what people buy. It really does, because there is no logic. There are some things that are more popular, and if you got them, they'll sell. But if you run out of the popular stuff, collectors collect, and they like to build their collection in many different directions. And that's great.
If you haven't seen it, the made-for-television movie from the 90s, Generation X with Matt Frewer and Finola Hughes, absolutely incredible for what it was.
It was, and how it didn't get picked up, I have no idea.
But is that the same as the Generation X? Is that
that's what they they tried to launch it. It's just so good. They have Banshee in it, and it's just it's kind of campy, it's kind of silly, it's kind of 90s TV digital effects.
But it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Wow.
It is so good. They were cashing in on the new comic, the 90s X-Men cartoon craze, and it's generically fantastic.
Wow.
And
so if you get a chance to see it, I mean, it really introduces those characters.
Yes.
And for what it's like the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. Have you seen that one? It's
I
the
need
best
3 more
Fantastic
comics.
Four movie ever done.
Three more
I
comics to
agree
complete.
with you, Kyle.
Just far and away. It's just they
we've
didn't
talked
have
about
the
this
digital
before,
effects.
but yeah.
They
Well,
didn't have the
it's got
digital
characters
effects.
right.
But
The
it's
effects
so
and everything were
good.
horrible, but the thing was excellent.
It's a cross between a cartoon and real life and
Yeah.
cheesy effects, but it's a comic book put to celluloid.
Yeah.
So the Corman FF, an utter classic. The Generation X made for TV movie, an utter classic.
Fantastic Four movie.
But it's not that great
Have you seen it?
visually because it's just cheaper TV effects and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
Ray,
it's
did you-
so comic booky.
Sorry, Carl. Gray, did you say you need 3 more for the set?
Yeah. 3 more to finish off my DC Comics Presents run.
I reckon I've got a
That's
set
all
of that
you
knocking
have
around, but
left?
it's not
Out of the
every
whole
issue.
run?
Oh, this is a tick. Yeah. What is this?
Totally
I
too
just I
expensive,
could not
by the way.
imagine that.
Kyle wants it.
I could not imagine being a completionist. That wrecks my brain
And he goes,
because if I was a
I'm one.
completionist with the way I love comics, it'd kill me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
yeah.
any room in my
Yeah.
garage, my bedroom, my library, none of it, because I'd want them all.
an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
do.
that. I have that trait, completionist, when I was collecting, definitely.
Yeah.
I
do
just I
want 'em
can't
all
do
now.
it.
Ben Edlin.
I kind
Well,
of
I
have a half-assed goal.
Hmm.
You know, I've completed all the X-Men original annuals, 1 through 25. That's neat.
Yeah.
I'm going to complete the Defenders run, 1 through 150. But I don't want 500 issues of one thing that I'm not going to read.
But this is the
You know, I never did. Now that I'm paring down, it's great. But that drives me mad thinking about that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And that's another one. I've had him set some of these on the pile. I think I found a couple of books that Roger is definitely going to want.
Huh.
It's a couple of those last issues of Charlton that are just impossible to find.
Well, you know, we have quite a few of those here.
They're just those. I've
And
never
I'll
seen
have to pull them out.
either one of those.
We'll put them up when we go.
I've
these
never
ones
seen
are-
those. Those are so insanely rare. I've never seen either one of them. And he may have both, but he's still trying to complete that because they're. The print run on those was like 5,000. How those even got over there, I don't know. Because the print run was like 5,000, and that's the mid 80s, so that's pushing 40 years ago. And they were kids' books, and they're on crappy paper stock because they're Charlton's. Those things are just ghosts.
Oh, I'll show some other stuff if we're still chatting.
And
What
you'd
you
think
got a
there'd
10
be
with
more
a Charlton
value
cover
to
on
them,
Cover
but
Slingers? It was awful. Did you see Cover Slingers last week? You got a 10 for a really awful Charlton cover.
I'm going to let Dale do this. Watch this.
I don't know. He's done something to poor Zlata.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is that what I think that is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
You are kidding. You got to make him bigger if that's what I
try.
think that is. Oh,
Flaming
that's the Dark
Fire.
Horse.
okay.
That's
so
not what I thought that was. That's the Dark Horse. Oh my God. I thought you came out with what Amazing Adventures. Isn't that what it was? Amazing Adventures 1. That is the Dark. Is that the Aardvark Vanheim? Oh
Yes.
my God, I want that.
Yes.
Oh.
So-
and look what else.
Oh,
Oh, no. No.
I'll give you a little. So I don't know.
Phil is attached
Phil
to
is friends
Bob.
with Bob.
very close friends, and they've worked.
you're
together
friends
for
with
years.
Bob?
Yeah. So we're all.
Oh.
So my best friend Phil, who owns this shop, he's friends
My
with Bob.
owner,
And
my
Bob
boss.
has given
My buddy.
him like a bunch of like originals. They're over at the office. Our
Oh.
their office is down the street. But yeah, Bob's a.
we need Bob and Roxanne on this show so bad
On here?
it's not even funny.
You want
Yeah.
Bob on here?
Yeah, we
What's
can
that?
get them.
We could ask
We
Phil.
need
Yeah, but
Bob
we-
and
but we
Roxanne.
need to have-
Roxanne,
When we
the
have them,
stuff
we have to
Roxanne
have
does
Phil
with
too.
the trinkets and stuff, I cannot tell you how much I love that.
With what?
what she does with his artwork and the frames.
Oh,
and things she
Roxanne
does.
Starr.
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
And Roxanne's a friend of mine. She's super cool.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
she's
love I
amazing.
dearly love those two and would love to have them on the show because they are my kind of quirky ass
Look
people.
at this. Look
Put
at
it down, put it down, put it down. I'm gonna nut on my damn screen.
Okay,
Is that a whole run of Aardvark Van Heims?
Darren, I'm loving you right now, man.
Is that a whole run of Aardvark Van Heims?
huh? What?
Is that a whole run of Aardvark Van Heims?
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Where does it end? It ends at
Like 36?
It goes into the image run.
Yeah, well, hold on. I got an overlap here. So that's number 3, number 4.
If I didn't have prostate cancer, I would have nutted in my pants. Are any of those signed by Bob?
Huh?
Are any of those signed by Bob?
No, but they
No,
could be.
but
easily.
we have stuff signed by Bob at the other building.
Yeah, I desperately would love that one signed by Bob would be a grail.
Bob
Of
Bob
course.
will sign all of these. if
I
you
mean,
want.
I'm not crazy. What is it? Amazing Adventures
Well,
14. What was it that he first appeared in?
wait, what do you? Oh, for the before he got his own.
Yeah, what was it? I mean, I know he did the independent stuff.
Well, wasn't there like some Ninja Turtles stuff too? Like,
Well, that's in issue 25, 26, and 27.
I don't
And
know.
that's like Image
Here's
and Dark
31.
Horse, and when he rolled into that, there's Herbie. Yeah, that Ninja Turtle stuff rolls into the later stuff. But I mean, he did the indie press thing. Those early issues of the indie press pre-Aardvark Van Heim are insanely rare. But I didn't even think those were the Aardvark Van Heims. But yeah, please, if you can get Bob and Roxanne on here.
I mean, we could definitely ask about Bob.
Oh my God, I would just love that so much because they're just so fun.
Yeah.
And to talk to him about Mystery Men, all day long I could talk to him about that. And I talked to him on Facebook when I was on Facebook and had mild interactions. But they're my kind of quirky people.
Oh,
You know.
so you mentioned Mr. Men. So we had what's his name? Rorschach. Freddy Krueger.
And Jackie Earl Haley.
Jackie Earl
So,
Haley.
so Jackie
Yeah.
lives here.
And
Jackie came to our-
get Jackie on here.
He
love
came to our
Jackie.
48
He's a
he was
bad
one of our judges for the 48-hour film
Yeah,
project.
he's the one who gave us our biggest award for my
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie. So
I
Jackie,
mean,
Jackie is the man.
I could talk to Jackie about Bad News Bears, but the fact that he's easily top 3 and probably my number 1 on actors who were able to portray a comic book character. Him as Rorschach
oh my God.
is just as perfectly cast as Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
He's also very humble.
And,
Very humble.
and oh my God,
Super
I've
nice
got his
guy.
autograph on my Tick poster.
And he played
But
that
him as the
old guy
terror.
on the Tick.
Yeah, he was the terror on the Tick. That's where I've got his
Yeah,
autograph
the terror.
there. But
He was.
I
he was in the
adore
reboot of
Jackie
Nightmare on Elm
Earl
Street as
Haley.
well, wasn't he?
Where?
The Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
Yeah,
He
he was Freddy in that.
He's the
Yeah, that
latest
film
Freddy.
got a lot of stick, but I thought he was all right.
He
in it.
did
I thought
great.
it was Cool.
I thought he was
But,
wonderful.
oh my God, him as Rorschach, they could not have cast that better.
Right.
They
That was
just
great.
could not.
But
They
he had,
just,
he
that
had to send them a video.
Yeah. So it
that,
sounds like
that
you're up to,
performance is utterly extraordinary.
It was
There's
great.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Him as Rorschach is extraordinary. And there's no light way to put that. I was mad when he got killed, and I knew that's what happened in the goddamn comics. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Could they couldn't. There's no one I can think of that could have played that like he did. No one. No one.
Sounds like we got to get a few special guests on here.
Oh my God. And I would like they tell you I gush over James D. Mateus because he's my favorite comic writer of all time. And I don't mince words about it. I try not to fanboy, but I would so fanboy with him because it's like when Bad News Bears came out, I was him. You know, I was that character. So I related to him there. Then he started doing these other movies and I related to him there. Then he pulled off Rorschach and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my God.
And he totally had to do a video to be able to get the role.
and he sent it to Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder's like, "Who else would I get but you?"
Right.
I mean, it was like no, and he should have gotten nominated for an Academy Award for that.
That's a holy fuck performance.
It's
Yeah,
one of the
It's a
Young
holy
All-Star.
fuck performance.
Go back.
Yeah.
For comic book nerds, that's a holy fuck performance.
great. Go back.
Just showing my young all stars. That's all.
Because they screwed up a lot of that Watchmen movie, but man, they did not screw him up one iota.
Give me
Not
back
one
my
iota.
face.
So
You got to have to
Young
say that.
All-Stars.
If it comes on, he's got to say, "Give me back my face."
but I don't know how much fun you guys would have with Bob Burton and Roxanne Starr.
Infinitying.
But I'm telling you, the creativeness of Bob and Roxanne, they're just creative people. The guy made a comic book character out of fucking flaming carrot. A flaming carrot. It's so fucking absurd.
Yeah. So what? And the character is so absurd itself.
It is. It's Monty Python come to life. I fucking love that.
Good way of saying
When
it.
I was a kid doing doodling like you do, I had a character called Captain Carrot. And Carrot was
What'd you
spelled
think
with
of
a K.
Captain Carrot and His Amazing Zoo Crew by Scott Shaw?
No, before he came along, I had my
I know,
own
but
character when I was a
what'd
kid.
you think when that came out?
I never really. I've got it, but I'm not really. I can't say I was ever particularly a fan of it. But mine's an actual carrot, and the captain.
Yours is a carrot. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
Captain was spelled with a K for kryptonite because he was stronger than Superman. That was the idea, anyway. Some stupid
Yeah.
idea I had as a kid. I've got it written in a book somewhere.
Well, I'd love to have some originals of that. And then like Mystery Men, I've heard the story 1,000 times, but I'd still talk to Bob about it. I know that there's only 2 characters in the movie that came from the comics, and most of it's Mr. Furious. But he said, fine, you want to create new characters? Put them in there. Fine by me. Fuck with it. Do these other things. Take it that direction.
But it was odd.
Made me love him even more. And then my friend Doug Jones became Pencil Man. I'm like, how fucking cool is that? I know somebody in the movie. And then Doug talking about Bob just being so free with that, going, sure, that's crazy enough. That's quirky enough. Throw it in there. He just lets people go there. He's that guy that we want all of them to be, to say, yeah, these are my characters. Fuck around with them, do something, take it quirkier. And he's so, everything I've seen, he's so humble.
Giles
The facts
Brown.
behind the legend.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
I
let
know.
me see if I can get
So this-
Phil over here real quick. Hold on.
This
Right
book, like superheroes, facts behind the legends, and in the front, they invite you to make your own superhero. So here's my superhero that I created. So his name's Captain Carrot, born in 1984. He was born in Albert Snurd's Cabbage Patch. Who are his parents? Fred and Jean Carrot. Oh dear. Where does he live? In a house on Marvel Road. When did his
That is
superpower first
superb.
appear? When he invented the cosmic carrot juice. There you go.
I know that is absolutely unique and a one of a kind. Is that you just chatting with Bob?
No, this is my friend Christine from the UK who just
Oh,
moved there
okay.
from New York. She said she would be down for lapping a box of comics. She did it last Christmas for somebody.
Nice.
When she comes back to visit.
Nice.
So we can work all this out.
Graham, I have to know something, and you guys know I do this all the time. What are the odds of you coming off that book in your hands right there?
The superhero book?
Yeah. I
Right,
want
well,
that in my collection so bad I can't
Is that
even
that
tell you.
rare?
It's nothing.
His
to write home about.
creation is on that first page. That's something he did as a kid.
Yeah.
I want that so bad it's gross. Because that is so personal and unique. That's why I'm Darren. I don't know if you saw it. I did a stretch where I want everybody's first comic book.
Gray, your carrot is on that book?
No, you only
He
write it
hand
yourself.
wrote it in there.
Yeah, there's a page just for writing your own character in there. That's all. I was just reading them out then, Captain Carrot.
He hand wrote it in
That's-
there.
So it's like
But-
write your own superhero information in there.
I want that so bad I couldn't put it into words. Because that to me defies priceless. That
Yeah.
to me is one of the coolest things.
That is
You
very.
did that as a kid.
I have to admit, I agree with you,
This is-
man.
What
He
has been
did
his
that
most
as a kid.
exciting
He
event
still
so
got
far?
That is
Saving
so
the world.
stupid fucking cool.
Oh dear.
To save the
Cooler
world,
than a
Gray.
Detective 27.
Yeah, I just can't get a word in with Carl.
I'm
Of course
sorry.
you can't.
His most exciting
I
adventure
just
so
think that's
far is
cooler
saving the
than
world from
Detective.
brutal Brussels and cursing cabbage.
There's a whole backstory here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For-
That is so fantastic. If I had a choice between that and a Detective 27, me personally, I'd take that. I'd take
Okay.
Detective 27 to help my family, but
Have you guys got this book? I read this book.
How to be a superhero.
Yeah, it's great. It's really funny.
Is that by?
There's the art. Steve
I've
Dillon
never heard
art.
of it.
nice Steve
Steve
Dillon.
Dillon, right?
Yeah,
Very
Steve's dead
cool.
now, right?
yeah,
Poor Steve.
yeah.
We love you, man. This is so fun, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Of all the
having so
books
much
I've
fun
seen on
today.
this show in the last 6 months,
I needed a fun day, and
That-
who knew Dale would bring the game with him? I'm
There
so
you
glad
go.
Dale's here. Dale's
Look at
going to
this-
be a
look at this
regular.
illustration.
I'm going to enforce it. I'm gonna entice him.
Anti-gravity belt.
Yeah, you look at the size of the cord.
He's
The
got
cord's like 4 foot long.
not very far. I like that it's that it's not. Yeah, that's a European plug.
yeah, nice little plug in. Well, it's a butt plug. That's what they don't tell you. It's a butt plug in.
Okay, butt
But-
plugs don't need to be brought into this
Well, there you go.
podcast. Well,
But-
there you are.
On this show today, we've seen a
It's the
strange
Legion of
tales
Super
of-
Animals. The
Legion
Legion of Super Animals.
That's crazy.
Graham, on this show today, we've seen a Strange Tales 110, first appearance of Doctor Strange from 1963. And I still think your creation book is cooler than that.
Yeah, I bet.
That's
I
pretty
shit
awesome.
you not. I'm a huge Marvel guy. I admire the hell out of that book, and I still don't think it's as cool as your book you did. And you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that
this
was
is-
from 1984 you did that?
This is Kyle's team.
The All-Star Spanking Squad.
Nice.
Yay. Well,
This is
I
Darren's team.
The challenge of the septic.
my nickname, I
This is
put
Bill's
my
team.
nickname up there. The Mooney. I put my regular nickname up there all the time just for fun if I didn't want to change it up. But my nickname is really Big Daddy Spank Bottom.
Okay, we'll take your
So-
word for it. That might be what you pay the ladies to call you.
We do have I have shown my paddle collection on here.
Hey, Graham, can you
Yeah.
pull us up full screen for a second?
All right, so here's what. Okay, so this is a post from Phil, and he was at DragonCon
Last year.
Last year.
Last year.
This 4-page purchase makes me the foremost collector of the Flaming Carrot original art in the world. Thanks, Bob Burden, for taking a chance on an unknown kid. It's just something Phil always says. So, like, here's the oh crap, that's not going to show up very well.
Can you have full screen,
Who's in
Grammy?
the picture with him?
That's Bob and Phil.
Might take a
Bob
bit
and
of
Phil.
time.
Oh, that's Phil right there. Okay. I
I'll
was
sort
like,
it out.
I thought you said Bill, and I'm like, that's not Bill.
That's not
Bill.
So that's 4 pages of the original. It's not going to show up, but that's the original art from one of the
Early issues.
early issues, and it's over. I think, is it up or is it not? I think it might be back here actually.
No, it's not. It's on the store.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's like the full like page original art.
All 4 pages. Show it one more time.
You can't really see it, but it spells like
Isn't that awesome?
Oh no, it's well past awesome.
Yeah, no.
There are a few
Well,
words that
And he is so Bob is so surrealistic that all of his stuff is like on the Dada scale. It's not even on the regular scale. What do you have, Garrett Graham?
Torpedo Man. He'll rip off your nuts and feed them to chipmunks.
there's one of Bob's pens.
Look at how stupid
Oh
I
my
am. I'm
God.
finishing this.
Hey,
podcast.
check this out.
It's a giant pen from Bob.
Laser Man, he's not bound by the comics code.
Look, it's Bob's giant laser pen.
Hey, hold on, what's going on, Gray? Normally it's you who does the readouts.
Yeah, I know. Don't you do it? This is how to put fear into your enemies. This is by having.
Well,
you know,
I
these-
had no idea we would be graced by Dale today. I'm so happy.
I'm so sorry.
Captain
I know you're
Sanson,
not.
he knows what you're
You're not.
afraid of, then does it to you in slow motion.
Oh my God.
Is it,
Wait,
Firefight.
firefight.
He puts trees up evildoers' bottoms.
Nice.
is that all Bob Burton?
Who?
Oh, never mind.
That's an evil
Alright.
dude.
This character's called the Castrator. You see what he's got around his neck?
My balls hurt
Balls.
just looking at
Is
that.
is that like a yep, that is. Oh my
Is that
God.
Steve Dillon?
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Dillon art.
He's using bolt cutters to snap off little bits.
Yeah.
Yep. Basically.
Not very big bits.
That's a little overkill, man. Just like Monkey steals the
Everything's
peach.
overkill about British comics, except the Brits themselves. They're all underkill. But I'm just saying. No offense, guys.
Well, that's like you're reserved, so you got
right,
you gotta let it out
right.
somehow.
I know, right. Stiff upper lip and all that.
What makes Gray chuckle so much?
There's a tip for superheroes. A tip for superheroes. If you license your image to a bubblegum company, make sure to check each and every card before they're printed for cards that portray you in an unfavorable light. Unfavorable light. And here we've got like example of the cards. I don't think you can see them very well, but that one's saying, "Whoops, there goes 3 nuns." And that one says, this one says stomped by midgets. This one is holding up a raccoon, and the caption says about to be buggered. And this one says crapped his pants or something.
That stuff makes me laugh.
That's a superhero move. That's like something out of the boys.
Yeah,
Shambo.
definitely.
No, well, now you wonder where it came from. Not anymore.
How to Be a Superhero,
I love this stuff.
UK edition.
Can you find that anywhere?
Great book.
I love that. I've never seen it
Well,
before.
you have to have a look. I've had it for a long time. Lots of silly jokes, but it's good fun.
Graham, we'll trade you some Jimmy Olsen's for that. Whatever you want. That is awesome. I wish Phil was here.
Phil's phone is off.
He'd love this.
How not to pick up a boy wonder. It's like and he gets carted off with it.
What?
That is so wrong.
And now
He
he's
says,
ready.
hey kid, I want a word with you.
And
Hey,
boom,
how would
he's
you like to wear these tights and come and live with me, and I'll teach you wrestling and gymnastics, and we'll go out and cruise the streets at night looking for some hot action.
It's so stupid.
Definitely-
It's all about
Way to go.
semantics, man.
It's all,
Yeah.
all about semantics.
Yeah, you got to be careful how you.
He's right. He's right, you know.
It's all in the pitch.
It's all in the pitch. It's all about the pitch.
Dang.
Dude, Dale gets it.
What's that book called? Let me see the front again.
How to be a superhero.
Be a
Yeah,
superhero.
showed up again.
No,
Gray.
I'm gonna look this up.
Look,
Got it.
got it.
Basically, it's a follow-up. There was a book called How to Be a Complete Bastard by Adrian Edmondson from the Young Ones, and this was like a follow-up.
Oh
for it,
my
sort of
god.
thing.
So
I
so
don't
do
think
you
they did
know
any more
that?
How to Be a Complete.
So you know
it's
that
like-
Vivian is now in the Star Wars.
Captain Mercury, he's today's biggest dickhead. Firefly
Firefly
Man, TM,
Yeah.
he's got all the Bee Gees albums.
God, dude.
Captain Power. Oh no, I can't read that one. That's so bad.
Wait, what?
Dude, I can't find it.
So you know Vivian from the Young Ones?
Yeah.
he became Captain Pete in Star Wars,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
which is so weird because he has his own Lego figure, and Lego still don't have a Vivian figure. And I'm just saying, Kyle, are you okay?
$14 for that book on eBay. Is that?
Yeah.
Look,
What we got? Dial B for blind man. What?
Yeah.
I can't read it. I'm blind.
$14 on
Slightly detective stories, 1930. It's just
You need one.
that's some
You need
bad
one.
comic books from history, kind of golden age comic books.
Y'all want to know how much I love you guys?
No,
A
thanks.
lot.
No, thanks. I've got to sleep tonight.
I think he's just had an episode and he's come back.
I did.
Kyle, we love you.
I am
You're
in
right,
so
dude.
much pain. I am shaking from my neck down to my toes. to the
I'm
point
sorry,
where
buddy.
It made me physically sick just now. I had to mute everything and run off screen.
I wish I could smoke.
I am in a mind-numbing amount of pain that's built up from other things. I got serious nausea because I've been pumping coffee into me. And I'm having so much fun, I don't want this to stop.
Dude, you need to chug some CBD.
I'm dead serious. I'm having so much fun, I don't want this to stop. And I feel like I've been run over by a truck.
Dude,
But
go
again, it's keeping up with my 6-month-old granddaughter, or my 8-month-old granddaughter now. And I was in a lot of pain when we started. But I am having so much fucking fun right now that I'm just powering right through this.
You know what? Dale brought so much to the party today, and he was totally.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm serious,
But-
dude.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Definitely.
Dale brought a lot today? I'm just
Welcome
saying,
to being
and
one of
I'm not
us.
trying to blow smoke up his ass. I'm just saying this is great.
I stood up to go get a coffee, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm done with that. My whole body just started shaking when I walked in there.
Man, I'm
And
so
I'm like,
sorry,
oh, I need
buddy.
to go sit back down because I'm all fucked up.
I fucking-
Got stuck
But I'm
in-
having so much fun, I don't care
Hey,
that
put
I'm
it
all
back,
fucked
Gray.
up.
You can't read. I don't think it's not very clear.
stuck by light.
I
struck
followed
by
your advice. Now I'm the mightiest man in the universe. From Captain Mightiest Man in the Universe, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Captain Shriveled Manhood.
like you suggested.
Darren's enjoying
Now I
this
use
far
my
too much.
3rd-degree burns and chronic stutter to fight crime and injustice wherever it is to be found. The incredible scorch mark, Buffalo, New York.
This guy, I want my money back. Captain Shriveled Manhood, Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Oh, he's in Jersey. That's why.
Who is Asbury Park, New Jersey's most famous son?
Don't know.
Oh,
Bill, who is Asbury Park, New Jersey's most famous son?
Oh, it's of course, Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
And their
Boss.
second most, John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I had to say that, but there's no comparison. I got this weird look from Dale.
Anecdotes.
Anecdotes.
This is fun. Did this just digress or like what are we doing? Are we?
He's going through some stuff.
How do these things normally go? You just like show off books and then talk, or what?
Well, yeah, but
Yep.
normally we're gone by like 4 p.m. We've gone
A bunch of old farts
once you
just
get- once
kicking
you
it
get
around,
on
shooting the
board,
shit.
gives new energy. So
The
we're going
difference
on
this week-
2 hours, 2 hours beyond, and that's fine.
We get comics pros in here and we just sit around and shoot the shit. And I hit them with questions like I hit you with. Why'd you start collecting? What's your childhood memories? Who's your favorite?
Yeah, that's cool.
Why do you do what you did? What do you do in life? What are your other hobbies?
So Dale is like a friend. We've been friends for 2 years now, maybe a little bit more. I don't know,
Probably a little more.
probably a little bit
3
more.
or 4, probably.
Yeah, 3 or 4. But Dale and I have gotten along since day one, and he's best friends with Phil, our owner, and and his wife works for Phil, and we're so happy like hanging out. But I never thought he would want to do a podcast like this. He just happened in today.
I just came by.
Here,
No. And I was like, hey, dude, do you want to join us? And boom.
Let's watch his face for another expression here. Here's another fun type of question I ask.
Okay.
All right, Dale, what's your preference? Butt plugs or golden showers?
Oh,
dude.
God, come on.
I'm just gonna have to go with butt plugs then, man.
All right, there you go. See, he knows just kind of to roll with it. You know, just the absurd, out of left field, stupid ass questions.
Oh, Archie.
Oh my God. Is that
This
the
is a
book?
UK
Is that
something,
the
right?
book, or is it the that looks like the
That's a
book?
book.
Yeah, that. Oh,
2 and 6.
oh.
This is a book.
Of course, it's got the British pricing on there. Yeah.
Someone drew a swan.
Oh, what's
What have we got there? Vampirella.
Nice.
I didn't say full screen, but that looks like Frazetta covers.
Number 2.
Vampirella.
Butts into butts.
I bought these from a jumble sale, Darren, when I was about 10.
They're brilliant.
Yeah, not bad.
So we've established Gray shares a birthday month with Vampirella. I share one with the High Evolutionary and the Silver Age Catwoman.
1975 these were.
Dang. I know, great.
I'm definitely green in the gills.
Oh, that's the
There's
Vampirella back cover. Yeah, good one.
Yeah,
little
I need to find-
Bondo
I need to read
mine.
it
Oh,
again
that was
someday.
Oh, they did softbound.
They're like books, though. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Paperback.
Right.
Paperbacks. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ron Goulart, does he?
Goulard.
It's the guy that wrote the book on a lot of that stuff. Ron Goulart. Hey, Bill, you knew him, didn't you? Ron Goulart's a huge comic book
I
historian.
never knew Ron Goulart.
He said no.
Yeah, he's a huge comic book historian.
I mean, I knew of Ron, but I never knew Ron personally.
This thing doesn't show how many people are on here.
Well, if people are watching,
Yeah.
hardly bloody anyone, mate. We never get anyone watch the ass.
I tried to do an advert on Facebook tonight. I put a photo of some of the stuff that we'd be showing. Well, I'd be showing.
Yeah.
I thought that might really help. It didn't.
No.
Well, is this going to be archived? This?
It's on YouTube forevermore.
Okay, so then
People
we can
watch
just
whatever they
post it to no. I mean, we have a reach, dude. Like we could post some stuff.
Yeah, we would be happy to.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh,
Always
reptile.
shared. Reptilicus.
That's smart. That's nice.
That's a 1960s horror movie I never even heard of.
Reptilicus. Damn.
Where's my scissors? I'm not asking you guys for it, like you can't know. Actually, should we put it to bed then? It's nearly 4 hours now.
Yeah, it's a monster sesh. I'm absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me hop in here, though.
Anytime, mate. No worries. No worries. Everyone's welcome. No one wants to come, though.
Well, we host a lot of podcast stuff in here in this space. I mean, I don't know if Bill showed you all this. Have you shown them the setup?
Yes, I've showed you the layout, right?
Well, the cameras and
Yeah,
the setup in the back?
you guys have seen the layout, right?
I think
The
so.
cameras and everything.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
maybe
here,
I wasn't able.
here,
When I
let
wasn't
me
watching,
do
maybe.
it so you know.
I mean, there's like an engineering room in the back. I mean, this is like a
right.
full-on production studio.
Oh no, this is
Oh,
like
wow.
so these are cameras like over here,
There's one behind you.
Those are cameras, and there's one right there.
Right.
And then we have this table here,
Yeah, and then the
which
back,
is basically where, yeah, no, we are a major setup.
and then the back room is the engineering room. So I don't know if y'all know what New Tech TriCaster is. So I mean, like you got OBS, right? Like free stuff. Like TriCaster is production quality. I mean, it's what Sports Center uses, and
All right.
Most any multicasting organization does. No,
That's in the back
he's
room
absolutely right.
So,
So
what do you
like
do? Where's your videos go then? On YouTube? Or you
it
don't
depends
make
on
videos?
who. Well, so it depends on who comes in here and does whatever. So there's a few different groups that'll come and do different things. But yeah, I did for a while. Some friends and I started a thing called Hops with Homies. We probably did like 2 or 3 episodes before everybody got busy, but it was about beer reviews, and we would just sit here around this table, tasting different beers and just shooting the shit.
You should check out my thing. I've got about 40 videos. I've got 40 videos, beer guys. We used to get a box every month.
Yeah, it's like things like that. Same idea.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's a cool spot. I mean, it's a
Look
it's
at
a-
this is my bedroom. It's freaking
Oh dang!
boxes bloody everywhere.
Goodness,
That's
dude.
the hoarder's bedroom.
Boxes
Wait.
everywhere, man.
Wait, you need shelves, man. Oh, okay, you got shelves.
Yeah, shelves of boxes.
Goodness, dude. Get that out of your bedroom. Put it somewhere.
Can't. Upstairs room's too full.
Oh God.
Anyway, right, let's
You
put this.
need
I've
more-
got to get comics together to get the rest of these put away. Too busy chatting to you guys and watching Blue Beetle. I'm thinking, Darren, when are you gonna start selling boxes, mate?
Oh, never. Probably never.
Boxes and bags and boards.
Yeah.
Buy them cheap. Buy them in mass so you can sell them to me cheap.
Well, I did buy in mass for what I needed. I've got about 20,000 bags and boards and about 60 long boxes downstairs, still in the original box. I got them, but I'm going to need all that for all the stock that I've got to process.
Yeah,
and I still want to buy. I'm going to go out buying any time now. I want a 30 or 40,000 Marvel collection, even if it's a sum of many collections. I've got to get another 30 or 40,000 Marvel comics. That reminds me. What I was telling you earlier was what sold and what didn't sell. Sell. So another thing that never sells is X-Man. Never sells.
Yeah.
But again, X-Man.
Oh, X-Man never sells.
Never sells.
Cable don't sell either, does it?
What cable? Yeah, it doesn't sell. Very little cable sells yet.
Yeah.
But the things that surprised me because they sold really quick were Marvel Team Up, just absolutely crazy. And another one that really surprised me was Marvel Comics Presents.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy sales on that.
I've got most.
Well,
of
that has early Guardians of the Galaxy in it.
Yeah, but like just the whole set just went woof.
That's not. I don't think that's the one he's talking about. I don't think you're talking about the one with the different characters,
Wolverine.
like 3 stories every week.
Yeah, Marvel Comics Presents was like 2 strips in the same comic every
Yeah.
week. Wolverine was in it nearly every week.
Yeah, Wolverine was in it during the
Every month.
his origin, like his get how he got his adamantium story was in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Barry Windsor one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What else went? Marvel 2-in-1 was so. Tomb of Dracula went. That was really good.
Intruder, Kyle. Someone's broken into your house. He's muted it. Is that his missus?
Oh, is he? Yeah. I'm not. I don't think he's doing so good. Carl, are you not doing so good?
I love you. I'm talking to my wife, and I'm very green in the gills.
Yeah.
Right, let's put it to bed then, because I could get these bloody comics put away.
Hey, Kyle, we love you, and we're praying for you.
Good luck, mate.
Oh, it's just aches and pains and pains. in the
No,
ass.
I know, but we care. But you know what? I have to say, this has been one of the best episodes we've ever had. We got Dale. Dale just came off
literally off the street. I mean, I knew him, and he's
And
my friend.
Mark missed out again.
Yeah,
And Mark would have loved this
he said he'd
podcast.
be back on for next week full time. This is his last week at work. He was saying.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
It's hard to turn away from the money,
Yeah.
you know. But thank God we have Dale today, dude.
I was just
Dale was
driving by.
Dale just happened by. Totally surprised, and now he's going to put the cap on. So now you get the full Dale. The full Dale.
It's starting to get cold in Texas, man. It's gonna freeze soon.
Yeah, it's going to freeze. But so they're at 32 degrees in the UK right now.
It's gonna hit what 17 here soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get 17 next week. Maybe later this week.
So ridiculous. Texas needs to make
which
up its
is 17 degrees Celsius. I mean Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. So
That's minus about 6 or something
minus
stupid.
a fair bit in it.
Yeah, it's nuts, right?
It's,
let's
see.
Texas is on the equator.
I know, Texas needs to make up its mind. There's like something coming in. It's like 66 right now. It's going to be 40s tonight. And in the next few days, it's going to be like 40s and 30s. And then sometime next week, it's supposed to hit the sub-zeros for you all. So 14, 17. Let me see. Let me pull up the.
I thought Texas was like level with Africa and has got a load of lions and tigers running around.
It's like
we are not.
It's like fuck all hot forever. And then 2 weeks out of the year, it's like, oh, here's we're gonna freeze your pipes, and then everybody freaks out and then it's over. I mean,
for that fortnight, all the polar bears come down from the Antarctic on holiday.
Yeah,
and penguins.
And then devour us.
Yeah, I'm from the Northeast. I grew up in Maryland, so I'm used to the snow and everything. But people down here, they freak out. It's like, oh my God, it's frozen, and I'm gonna go drive now because there's nobody on the roads, and you all are stupid. Everybody's leaving their faucets running overnight, which doesn't do anything.
It really doesn't do anything.
What, to try to make sure it doesn't freeze the pipes?
That's not how that works, dude.
But it doesn't really work that way. So it doesn't.
It's not how thermodynamics works. No. So they don't know.
I'm with my brother. But guys, it's been a great night. I hope we have a great week next week. But where'd Kyle go?
There's Kyle. Just having a minute.
I'm sorry, Kylie. Love you, buddy.
I'm pushing in the stream.
Love you, Craig.
Here we
Love
go.
you, Darren.
Thanks all. See you soon.